Okay, so last session we started with the party leaving the guardhouse with their guard friend Shale Fleet Hollow on their continued quest to investigate the disappearances of guards in the area and to eradicate the cause. You met many a dead end as you investigated the area. You spoke with the farm heads, looked through the house of a missing guard, and also tried to glean more information from squad leader Brila Maurice regarding the disappearances. It seemed that all that remained to do was to go to the final house of another recently missing guard, one Jules Verprick. On arriving there, Rook and Kato snuck round the back to see if there was a way in, but instead you heard sniffling and whimpering. With Roshana not quite busting the door down, you alerted the attention of the inhabitant of the house, a young and tearful woman by the name of Isla, who, I had stated her name was Ayla at the beginning of the session, and it just became Isla, so that's, yeah. Who happens to be the daughter of the missing guard. You learned that Verprick was having a rough patch at home, but that did not explain his absence from both his house and the guardhouse. If he wasn't there, then where was he? You also learned that Miss Isla Verprick was engaged to the zombie guard, Brander Mutz, as we've been calling him, and his leaving her for the Adventurers Guild is what led to Miss Isla feeling pretty sorry for herself. This all changed, however, when she laid eyes on the party's resident bard, Vayne, who, with flattery and compliments aplenty, got you all an invitation into the house for tea, and provided an ample distraction for the rest of you to do some snooping. Roshana headed up to Isla's perfume-filled room, and beneath the bed found an elaborate diary with a heavy-duty padlock, though without a key. Meanwhile, Rook turned the spare bedroom that Verprick had been sleeping in upside down, and found a hidey hole beneath the floorboards that contained the chest. Rook and Shale went through the contents and found divorce papers, another item in the list of things that will turn Isla's perception of her life upside down, and Verprick's own diary. The entries were thorough but concise, listing some of Verprick's daily dealings and a few odd encounters, but this changed entirely on the 13th of this month, wherein the entry takes the delightful scroll of "they will pay, they will pay, they will all pay." As Rook showed this entry to Roshana and Shale, there was an unmerciful shriek coming from just outside the house. Having gone to retrieve his instrument to show to Isla, Vayne was first on the scene and called the rest of the party to action. Two zombies with various degrees of decay had seemingly wandered down the street and caught the attention of a passerby. With some well-aimed guiding bolts, slicing and dicing of scimitars, and an of a dagger, you managed to bring these undead to death's door once more. On inspecting the bodies, Shale told you that the zombie-wearing Guardhouse was none other than Selby Dew, the first of the guards to be reported missing. However, on inspecting the other body, you found what looked to be once a merchant wearing fine clothing. This was not somebody that Shale recognized, and it led to the question of where these undead had come from. Kato and Rook scouted the trail of the zombies, their footprints still fresh in the muck, leading you to a metal hatch in the ground off the beaten path. Between their discussions of lifting with the knees, Kato and Roshana took turns trying to open the grate, and on its opening you were met with the pong of sewage. Roshana, you took from the power of your goddess to bestow special eyes of night for the non-dark vision folks as you headed down into the hatch, bringing, or rather dropping, the dead bodies down there and out of sight. With the cart covering the opening, you walked forward with confidence, though not so much stealth, as your heavy armor wearers clanged their way through the sewer. There were numerous routes for you to take, but after a bit of back and forth, you bit the bullet and started sloshing through the water in the tunnels. As it turned out, you were definitely not the only ones down here, as you encountered a number of zombies along the way. Though, these ones were not of the missing guards, but rather of merchants and maybe even a bandit or two. At all of the intersections, the current became a bit too much for you, and some of you were swept towards the central basin where the water drained. With a bit of quick thinking, Rook used entangle vines to partially block the tunnel the current was pulling you down. Unfortunately, Roshana was swept like an engagement ring down a drain, and not even the bars or the entangle vines could stop her from being washed into the basin. Thankfully, Shale managed to bonk you on the head with the end of a rope, and you were pulled to safety and saved from being flushed away. This did, however, let you into the basement chamber of the sewer, which you could safely walk around without getting wet. On the far side of the chamber, you found the ruined pages of what looked to be arcane practice sheets that had been frustratedly and furiously scrawled over and littered with images of laughing skulls. A gander over the pages by Rook revealed the pages to be of someone trying to transpose and write in their own machinations the spell Ray of Enfeeblement, though the author would only get so far before their writings descended into madness. With Roshana's perception, you also spotted a strewn component pouch left to rot on the side of the basin. Most of the components were sodden and now unusable, but you did find 2 other pouches that were safe, one containing silver powder and another containing a pearl used for certain spells. With this, you carried on forward, dealing with more zombies along the way, until you found a door leading down to another floor. You press forward until you mess with a large and somewhat lit chamber, the sound of turbulent water flowing not too far beneath. Before you stood 2 zombie guards, and the figure of Jules Verprick, the vision of a well-respected guard falling as the disguise dropped, revealing a skeletal man still clinging to this mortal coil by the sheer hatred in his heart. You did battle, beating down the zombies in the process, and though he siphoned off some of your vitality, Kato, you managed to slay a prick. Finally, Roshana, with your radiant power. You collected what was left of him. The center of his body had turned into ash. I believe you collected his head. Vayne, you took the time to cast Detect Magic and look around the area, finding a secret entrance to this chamber via what Shale referred to as the catacombs, which she informed you traverses the near entirety of Clancomery. You also took the time to rifle through Verpick's personal effects that he deemed fit to bring down here. You found a spellbook, a scroll, a potion, a pouch of coin, and a wooden box containing 2 vials of clear liquid, although in one was a goopy mess, which we'll get to in a bit. Vayne identified these items to be a potion of greater healing, and 2 vials of noon bloom, a poison which affects the victim at the stroke of noon. However, the one with the goopy mess in it contained Verprick's finger bone, which seemed to contaminate or alter this poison in some way to carry some form of necromantic energy. Having seen and done what you could do down in the draining chamber, you carried the bodies of the deceased partway out of the sewer before it was decided you would leave some of them there for the guards to collect later, otherwise you would be there until morning trying to hoist all that dead weight through the water and up the rungs of the ladder. You emerged from the sewer with 2 of the bodies, Heartgazer and Thurbrand, and with the torso-less remains of Verprick, placed them on the cart and headed back to the Portly Beggar for some much-needed rest. And that is where we will pick up. The cart has been left outside, the bodies covered, and the reposade ball that Verprick held in his person, thankfully covering the sun of decay. Shale has accompanied you into the tavern. I believe Vayne was going to have a chat with Planstaffer, and Kato, you rushed for the bath as soon as you arrived.
Yes.
Yes. Let's get to Kato's shower scene. Okay. What would you like to do?
Roll for using soap.
What would I like to do? I like to clean myself.
Yeah, I gathered. Names. Vayne.
Yes.
You see Planstaffer is just kind of eyes peering over this the side of the pot.
I will say, hello, how are you doing?
I'm alright. It's quiet here.
You have to repeat that. I couldn't hear
It's quiet here.
it. And again, it cut out.
Really? Shit.
It,
He says it's
it
quiet
kind of
here.
clipped. Okay.
Oh, is that good or bad?
It's fine.
That's good. Do you need water or anything?
I could do with a drop, please.
Okay. I'll pop downstairs to the bar and get some like a jar of water, like a mug of water.
Yeah. As soon as you go down, you see Igor is another couple of mugs into the scrumpy. Kind of wipes at the spittle that has dribbled down his chin. What can I do for you?
Oh, I was just hoping to get a glass of water just for a plant. I just need to water it.
Right, I could do that for you. He heads
That'd
back
be
and
very kind.
you hear a lot of sloshing as he comes back with a very wet jug filled with
I'm glad you're enjoying rugby.
best thing there is to do around here.
Well, I understand that.
Can I get you a drink?
Perhaps in a bit. I need to shower before anything else. I feel disgusting, but my companion is currently utilizing it, so.
Yeah.
But after, I'm sure I'll pop down.
Alrighty. Gives you a cheers motion with the mug as you walk away.
Sorry. What time of day is it now?
I believe he
Quite-
said it's like, we'll say about 8ish at night.
Okay. Is the bar like got some people in?
It does.
Cool. I will just like scan the room, see how many people there are, and then I'll grab the jar and the jug and go back upstairs.
Yeah, you see
To
about
constable.
6 gentlemen, couple of women sat off at their own table. You do also see Shale, and she kind of anxiously walks up behind you.
She's gonna stab me. Hello.
Hi. Is there? No, it's fine.
No. What's wrong? Or would you prefer to talk somewhere more private?
Actually, I was just hoping if I could crash on one of your floors tonight.
Oh yes, of course. Rook doesn't take up much space.
The floor is fine. I don't want to be imposing.
Don't be silly. You've done a lot to help us. So the least we could do is offer you a bed. I'm happy to sleep. I've got a bedroll, so I can sleep on the floor.
It's fine, really. Is Roshana?
Okay,
about?
well then you must borrow my bedroll, so that you can not be just on the floor. I'm sure there's all kinds of bugs and insects. Roshana is upstairs, I believe, in her room.
Right.
I believe we're all waiting for a shower,
That's fair.
but which I'm sure you're, more than welcome to use. Kato's just in there now, so. But yes, yeah, you're welcome to come up with us.
Okay. And she follows you up the stairs.
When I get back to my room, I will just put a little bit of water in Plantstuffer's pot,
Mhm.
and then put leave the jug that's or glass or whatever that's still pretty much full next to it, and then I'll rummage around in my bag and get my bedroll out.
Mhm.
And set it on the floor. You can either sleep in here or in with Kato and Roshana. I don't see there's much difference.
Right. Thank you. I'll be back in a moment.
Okay. And I'll continue with Plantstuffer.
Mhm.
Nothing major, just explaining what we're going to take him to the sanctuary for nature and stuff.
Rook is kind of just
Maybe in
sat on the bed as you're chatting away with Plantstuffer, and he's just looking past you out of the sky.
You okay there, Rook? There we go.
Yes.
Did you swallow some water in the sewers?
I think I did.
Is Kato stuck in the bath?
hate you so
Speak, lassie,
much.
speak.
I hate you so much.
Just fucking trying, okay?
Ah. Ah, yes. Ah. I think I caught something in my throat.
Thank you. Well, if something's on your mind, I'm here. I'm
You see
just
his
going
gaze
to.
is fixed on outside and his eyes suddenly widen for a second.
I
And he
can
rushes over
turn
to
and
you
look out the window.
and he
Oh, he's-
points out the window. There!
Is it Poobelle?
No! The raccoon constellation's on the other side. No! Over there!
Oh,
Did you not see it? Look!
I look out the window. Do I see do I see anything?
Give me a perception check, please.
I will say if it's something to do with like stars and shit, pretty not my thing.
You can roll with disadvantage then.
Perception, you said, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Decided for
What
you.
was that disadvantages?
Yes. Yeah, you no idea what he's pointing at. He just seems to be pointing out into nothingness.
I'd sort of turn and look at him and say, I can't see anything. I mean, I know that you have an affinity for the constellations and stuff, but I mean, it's really not my.
Can I swap beds with you?
Yes, of course.
Sorry.
I believe they're both equally tatty. Shale might be sleeping in here. I'm not sure if she'll be in here or in the Kato and Roshana's room.
It's fine, I don't mind. But I need to see out the window.
You carry on. And I'll turn plaster slightly and move beds. Is everything okay, Rook?
I wasn't expecting this. You see, he pulls out his puzzle box and begins fiddling around with the dials, looking at it, then looking outside again, looking at it, looking outside.
I'll leave him to his devices, I suppose, for the minute. If he's like looking frenzied or something, I'll kind of poke a bit more. But
It's a little bit frenzied, but you do know that. Well, he's a very passionate guy. If there's something that he is interested in, he's very interested. It's
Yeah.
not frenzy to the point of it's
yeah, he's not
being brought to
possessed
attention to you. This is,
frenzied.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's just his. He's quite intent on what he's doing.
Indeed.
Definitely. As long as he's not like scrawling all over the walls and shit.
Well, not yet.
Yeah, there. No, yeah. I'll keep an eye out for that.
Roshana, you hear a knock at the door.
I'll get up and open the door.
Yeah, outside you see Shale, fist kind of held in the air. She was about to knock again. Sorry.
Alright. Is there something you need?
Do you mind if I come in?
No, of course. You can come in. I'll move out of the way for her.
Yeah. And she kind of takes a look around the room. Just kind of takes everything in, the ratty beds and the dusty floors. The foot lockers at the very end of the bed that definitely look like they've been tampered with at some point.
Yeah.
That was pretty nuts what happened.
Yeah, that definitely was something.
Yeah. I'm not particularly versed in the different kinds of undead. Would you be, being of I don't know if religious is the best word for it, but being of faith?
would I be?
You'd have a little bit of knowledge.
Okay.
If you want to roll me a religion check, you can.
Religion. There it
Religion.
is. No.
Yeah. It's funny we both got doubles of the same.
Yeah.
Already.
For real, it's concerning me.
With the adrenaline still rushing through you and everything just starting to wind down, your brain is not in the space to be thinking about undead and all that nasty and fun stuff.
Yeah, I think I know things, but it's just not getting to me right now.
That's fair. I probably should know this myself, but it's not really something that I pay particular attention to. I probably should have asked you this earlier. I'm sorry for leaving it so late, but I suppose with everything going on, just kind of slipped my mind. Are you of the Shabafay family?
Yes.
Ah, I was thinking. I was in the strength trials with you, a couple of years
Oh.
ago, for the guards.
Yeah, I didn't make it.
What?
I didn't make the tests. I kept failing.
But no, I remember distinctly because they were saying, you know, of course she'd make it. You know, the daughter of the butcher.
Mm-hmm.
You came out top that year. How did? That's almost a guarantee to get in.
I don't know either. But well, fate has guided me here anyway.
Right.
Maybe not as a guard, but as an adventurer.
Right. I actually thought you were on guild placement, and that's why you were with this lot. But I'm sorry. I shouldn't be bringing it up.
No, it's all right. It's sad I didn't make the ranks, but fate have something else in store for me.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I suppose with everything going on as well, it's probably for the best. As you can see, being a guard hasn't exactly worked for me, I suppose. Or for the rest of them down in the sewer.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you were still alive, so
True.
there's also a possibility you might get repositioned from this place with everything that has happened.
I don't know if Maurice will accept a transfer. To be honest with you, I was thinking that if things don't change, I'll probably just leave the gods altogether.
Yeah, that's also an option.
Yeah. I think I'm going to speak to Asik if I can find him at some point.
Ah, that would be wise.
Yeah.
You take it easy.
Yeah. You too.
Yeah,
sure.
thank you.
It's pretty cool. So, thanks for sating my curiosity anyway. I probably pried a bit too much, but thanks.
No, it's all right. I mean, I still don't really fully know why I failed, so.
Yeah.
But I'm curious where this path will take me.
Yeah, it's a good way to look at it. You see that she is quite puzzled. And as she's leaving the room, you know, she gives you a little wave as she walks out, but you see that you've definitely given her a lot of food for thought.
Alrighto.
She heads around to the
Now I know why she was looking at me the other day.
Ooh.
Because she said she gazed at me.
Yeah. Shale walks into the room with you, Vayne, and Rook.
I'm like talking to Plaster and saying, and we went into the sewers, and there was like these dead things and lots of nastiness, but we managed to get out, which is good. I think we solved the mystery too, or at least part of it.
Shale turns to look
Oh.
at Rook and goes, "Does he always do this?" Yeah, don't mind him. Vayne, you can see that Planstafar is looking very warily in Shale's direction.
Oh,
Kind of just plonks its head further down.
yes.
into the pot.
Don't worry, Planstafar. She's lovely. I'm sorry, I just talk to this plant sometimes.
Right. I suppose it's
It's
a good form of talking therapy.
yes, it's especially when Rook's doing his whatever it is that he's doing.
There it is again!
Yes,
Pointing out the window.
I'm sure. Yes, but you know, it's just nice to have someone listen as opposed to converse, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of like a journal, I suppose.
Right. This is the bedroll, yes?
Oh yes. Sure you don't want to? I'm happy to sleep on the floor.
No, please. And she flops it out and begins to, take off the larger pieces of her armor, and she kind of just wiggles into the bedroll and turns away from you. And this very odd conversation and staring out the window that is happening in this room.
She's picked the wrong room. I finish up, just nattering the last little bits to Planstafar, and then I will pull out my the loot, because I haven't played it in like at least 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll like just do some tuning and a little strumming while I wait for the shower / bath.
Yeah. Speaking of, Kato.
How's it going in there?
You
Fine.
dropped the soap.
No, I didn't.
You do see, like, there is this little hearth off to the side, so with a bit of stoking, you get the water heated up nicely, and you can...
I was going to say, you've told that to him after he's had the shower.
This is happening all simultaneously, excuse you.
I know.
So yeah, it's very rudimentary. Pots and there's a few kind of natty old towels off to the side. They smell a little bit musty, but they're good drying in them. Nice bit of exfoliation. And yeah, you clean yourself up decently and just get the smell of nastiness out of you.
Yes. Your smell of sewage.
Trying not to be
Right.
upset that Shale smells like sewage while in my bedroll.
We all smell
fine.
like sewage.
Yeah, but I'm not in my bedroll.
You took her
Hey.
armor off. You're on your bed as well, which is...
Yeah, but it's not my bed, is it?
You have to get back into it after your shower.
I'm only sat. I'm not laid on it. I'm just like sat, like perched on the side.
Yeah, and
To-
you're still sopping wet.
Sopping. It's been like at least half an hour.
Of,
I'm
being...
moist.
Ugh,
Ugh.
stop.
Yeah, that's what you get.
Okay, who needs the shower next?
I will shower next.
Mad
Damn it.
dash. For the shower.
Dash.
Oh, hey. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hopefully he's wearing a towel.
I certainly hope so. You're now sitting on the bed filled with sewage water now because of my
Oh,
armor.
jeez. I'll be on the non-sewage bed.
Okay, we'll say for the sake of brevity, everyone has a lovely shower.
The water gets a bit tepid and then ice cold after a while, so the last person in is, yep.
I'm fine to go last.
Okay. Vayne takes a cold shower.
Good for your hair.
Yeah, and all the little remnants of sewage, sure.
That too.
Yeah.
But Vayne takes his sweet ass time. He's got a candle in there and shit.
Ugh.
He's got his loot. It's just like no. He's playing his own like bathroom music.
Alrighty. So, is there anything you guys would like to do before you head to bed?
Much.
Splish splash, I was taking the bath.
I don't think so. Oh, I said I was going to go downstairs.
Oh, yeah. In your towel, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, I'm gonna put on this pair of traveler's clothes that I've got.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take my loot downstairs and play a little ditty.
Alrighty.
And see if I can get some like copper thrown at me.
Okay. Give me a performance check, please.
Oh, I'm not very good at that. Yeah, 25.
Damn! I think you rolled that last time as well.
It seems familiar, yeah.
Huh. Alrighty.
Did I win?
No,
Did
you
I
lost.
win?
Did I
Aren't
win?
that many people left as you
No,
head
I'm
down?
not expecting like much money.
Yeah. You make 3 copper and 2 silver.
Sick. That's more than I was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
These people are rich. 3 copper.
You do see Igor does flick you a silver coin.
That's
Oh,
included.
sick. What a legend. Thank you. So sorry, that was three copper and 2 silver.
Yeah.
Lovely. I had to delete a whole number. It was difficult for me.
Yeah.
It went from 27 copper to 30, so I had to technically delete 2 numbers.
Yeah.
Sag.
Yeah. And then I will I'll go to the bar and put a copper on the thing and say, what'll this get me?
Small. Scrumpy.
How much is a larger scrumpy?
If you want a big one, it'll be a silver.
Well, just a half.
Half? 3 copper.
Oh, you hand over 3 copper. God, I've got to delete the numbers again. I'll hand over 3 copper and have a half a scrumpy. And then I won't be able to make it up the stairs.
And you take. This is the first time I know it's actually had a sip of it, I believe, out of the lot of you.
Yes, it is.
It is
Yes,
very, very fucking strong cider. Bits of apple floating about. And as you take a sip of it, it's at some points it's very thin, it's very light, and you understand why people can drink this so easily. And then little lobs of apple reach the back of your throat, and you cough up a little bit.
It's lovely.
just
It's quite refreshing, actually.
an image flashes in your mind of something catching in your throat. And you think, that's very easily done with Scrumpy. You
Not
swallow it
choking
down,
to
no
death.
problem. Not choking to death, but having something in your drink
Oh,
that you hadn't seen before.
I see.
Easily going down the throat.
Okay. I see. Okay.
Yep.
Right. I will sip away for the most part. I won't like open my
Chunk,
mouth to get the
yeah.
big chunks of apple. And then when I'm done, I will pick a couple of pieces of the apple that I've left at the bottom and like actually eat them like a piece of apple that's been
And it is
oozing
very
with
nice.
oozing with alcohol. Love
Mhm.
it. Sweet. And then I'll probably get drunk from the legs up. So I'll try and meander my way back upstairs.
Yeah, you're just a little bit wobbly as you're walking
Yes,
up.
you know.
And your cheeks are just getting that little tinge of heat.
Ah, lovely.
Mm-hmm.
They're slightly reddy purple now.
Purple with blush.
Yes. And then I'll sort of fall into put my loot away.
Mhm.
And then fall into bed
Yep, easily done.
and exhaustedly pass out.
Yeah. You do see that Rook is still just staring out the window, almost transfixed. But he just, gives you a little nod as you walk in, but eyes turn back to the window again.
Fair enough. I like as I'm like laid, kind of sort of like sparkle on the bed. I'll mumble, "Don't stay up all night, Rook." And then I'll completely zonk out.
Yeah. Alrighty. You guys head down to sleep. I'm going to ask Roshana and Vayne to leave the chat, please.
Alright.
Okay. We go to the Shadow Realm or the Speakeasy?
Whichever you prefer. If you could leave the Roll20 as well, please. You just mentioned that to
okay.
Roshana when you...
Yeah, buddy.
Get her!
Oh, it's getting that visceral. Oh.
Okay. Just wait for... Oh, wait, that's you.
Yep.
I was about to say.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah, that's me. Okay. So, Kato.
hmm
It is a restless night for you. One filled with tossing and turning, but no sleep. Your head feels heavy, compacted with swirling thoughts that have no substance. Even after the job has been done, most of your questions answered, there is a restlessness within you. A nervous, anxious energy niggling in the core of your being that will not allow you to rest. You stare at the ceiling for a bit and turn your head towards the window. The light from a full moon outside pooling and casting a cool glow. You look at the moon directly and instead are faced with a giant, bloodshot eye staring directly back at you, peering and piercing into the very depths of your being. A crack of pain racks through the top of your head, as though someone had just plunged a dagger through the top of your skull. Darkness. Your eyelids flutter open, eyes still rolling a bit with a tinge of red colouring your vision. You meet the face of a young boy looking down at you. Long white hair with bits of leaves and twigs caught in between the strands. Dirt smeared across his face. He reaches his hand down to you, and instinctually you reach yours to meet his. You notice that your hand is smaller. Incredibly small, in fact. And now smothered by the boy's grasp. He pulls you up. You feel the cold air against your skin. He's saying something as he leads you through a thicket of trees and bushes. But the words are muffled. Almost like you're underwater. If you give me a perception check, please. You hear, "Oh, we need to keep moving. I heard voices coming from back there." A thunderclap. Another piercing pain racks through your skull. Darkness. You force your eyes open once more. What little light streaks through here is barely enough to see ahead of you. You feel rough stone beneath your palms. You focus intently and make out the outline of large boulders and rocks around you. You're in a long, narrow cavern, a natural formation. I'd like you to make a perception check, please. Better. Through searching intently, you see this faint glow of light creeping around a bend. Without even thinking about it, you move towards it. Around the bend, the ground gives out almost immediately beneath. You are standing high above a city, staring down at numerous houses and buildings, all giving off this unnatural light pink glow that pulses, all leading towards a towering column in the center. It is now that you see that the city is encapsulated by rock. Stalactites hanging from the ceiling above, pointing down at the city. The column, however, extends upwards, disappearing into darkness above. The ceiling, almost conical in shape, disappears as well the further in. You spot movement around you. Amorphous creatures of blackened flesh and teeth fly, swoop, and screech towards you. A stab in the back of the head fills your vision with red. Darkness. You awaken to a misty sky. The dampness stings your eyes and wettens your skin. You look around you, on the ground, bodies, caked in dark, wet earth beneath. Some of them human, elven, armored. Others are bestial in nature. You spin around. No landmark, bar the distant height of mountains. You hear cackling, unnerving whooping and hollering, roars and war cries in the distance approaching. You turn and run. A clap of pain. Webs of red crowd your vision. Darkness. Unbelievable brightness and heat. Your skin blistering beneath the sun, the soles of your feet scorched by sand. You follow the procession of creatures, humanoid, your head bowed. You look at your hands, shackled. You look down further at your feet too, shackled. You look up. This procession of slaves seems to go on forever, curving around a desert dune and disappearing in the distance. You hear the crack of a whip and feel it across your back, the searing pain stopping your vision. Darkness. And darkness still. You feel your hands chained above your head. Hear drops of water plinking into nearby puddles. Across from you, a door creaks open. I'd like you to make me a perception check, please. 14. You see the silhouette of a humanoid figure facing you, but the features are just shrouded by this cloak of light behind. You can't quite make out the features yet. Another crack. Darkness. That pain. Pain in the back of your head that's been growing again and again and again, cresting from the base of your skull, pushing forward behind your eyes. The pressure growing and growing. You feel that stinging, pulsing sensation growing behind your eyelids, almost unbearable, as though your eyes are about to punch out of your skull. Your vision distorts and pulses as your eyes are forced open once more. Surrounded by darkness. Suspended in nothingness. Similar to before, you hear that distant sound of droplets hitting the surface of some form of liquid. It's impossible to tell how deep, though. There's a shift of movement. The faintest glow of red shows the length of a wet red tendril coiling in the space. You feel a knot in your stomach tighten and tighten and tighten. Nausea creeping up your throat and into your mouth. There's an instinctual need to retch, to release yourself of this pain that has you in its hold. Saliva creeps up your throat, fills your mouth, crests over your lips, and just begins to pour down your chin. But nothing else comes up. The tendril creeps closer to you. Another appears from the darkness ahead. Coiling, crawling towards you on the other side. You feel this tiny stabbing sensation start to prickle all over your skin. You try to move, but the sensation becomes greater and greater until you are clenching your teeth, trying not to call out. More and more of these dark tendrils coil towards you, passing you, surrounding you. At the center from where they came, darkness. But you sense a presence, almighty and horrifying, completely alien and yet so terrifyingly and hauntingly familiar. Too close for comfort. Suspending you in a web of red threads that sear across your skin. That throbbing pain in your head intensifies, and through the beating of your heart that rings and echoes throughout the cavity of your skull, you hear it. That strange voice in an impossibly comprehensible language. It is time. You feel a tightening around your limbs, the crown of your head biting and scraping at your skin as your entire form is pulled taut, and then some. You feel the stretching and tearing of your bones from their sockets, skin, sinew, and vessels ripping apart, sprays of blood. Your head almost splitting in two as you unleash this primal scream from the very depths of your being, the darkness turning impossibly bright. And you're released. Everything springs back, snapping back into your form. Your eyelids rip open and you bolt upright where you lay on your bed. You're awake, and everything hurts. Everything aches. It's as though you've been put through the ringer, but looking down at your hands, turning them over, there's no visible marks on the flesh. You feel different. Like your head is clear. clearer than it has been in a long, long time. And your consciousness, for lack of a better term, feels free. As though it was confined before, and finally, it's been released. What would you like to do?
He's going to stand up and look over into the window.
There's no window in this room.
Oh. He will wander outside.
Mm-hmm.
And see the moon.
Okay. You see, as it is currently, it is waning. Nowhere near a full moon.
He mutters to himself. Another dream. Oh, God. He will wander back inside.
Mm-hmm.
And he will, in front of the bed, facing it,
Mm-hmm.
kneel on both knees, entering a sort of meditative stance. And just repeating, focus, focus, focus. But he can't smother the unease.
Mm-hmm. You concentrate
Until
and feel that essence that has been kind of wiggling about in you since you've woken. That force, that will within you creeps forward. From your head, down your shoulders, through your arms, to your fingertips.
he will get up, sit on the bed, looking at his palms and the back of his hands, still feeling the unease. And he begins to sob quietly. Before laying on the bed.
Alrighty. It's a... If you're energy deprived before, you certainly are now. And at some point or another, though, racked and anxious, exhaustion does take you. And you collapse. Okay, let's get the others back. Would you like to take a break?
I'm okay.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah. Having fun yet?
Ah!
Okay. I'll just hop over and get them over. They were conspiring against me.
Everything's so dark. Oh wait, I've got dark vision.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh my god.
I
Oh look,
hate
I've got
this
dark
fucking
vision. I can
family.
see.
Okay.
You'll come to the next morning. It is a very delightful. What fucking day is it today? I know it's the 20th.
Oh Jesus, hold on. Wait, no, I got this one.
Okay.
Calendar. It is Bethendag.
It is the 29th.
Yeah.
Of
Woo.
what?
Ornami.
Hold on. Oh,
Sorry.
Yeah, I knew that one. I was just asking.
Okay.
Okay.
2 days from now, it will be Finder.
Let's put some music on.
Do I
do you know?
have
What's happening?
a headache?
You're fine. Yeah,
Hooray!
for the most part. As you
Nice.
wake up in the morning, we'll say you've slept in a little bit. At the very least, you've gotten a good, solid, long rest, all of you. Vayne, you wake up and you turn, you see Plansford kind of just shimmying about in this pot a little bit, very happy with the water that he received. You take
Yeah,
a
boy.
Look over and you see.
Sorry, God, if you say Shell's dead,
No, she's just standing looking at you as you sleep. No, you see that Rook's bed is empty, though he has left a little note on the covers.
I'll sort of stretch and like kind of yawn and stuff before I look over at Rook's bed. And I'll go, and I'll look at the Shell still asleep.
She is, yeah. She's snoring
also,
softly.
Bless. I'll look down at her and be like, and then I'll look at Plastifer and say, did you see Rook leave?
No, I was having a snooze.
Okay. Enjoying your water.
Yeah.
Just let me know if you need any more.
Okay.
And I'll sort of shuffle around Shale on the floor to get Rook's note.
You pick it up and you see it's a very plain piece of paper that's just kind of been ripped from somewhere. And written
It
in
was the diary, probably.
God, you still have that.
We do indeed.
With a piece of charcoal, you see he's written, I've gone to shout at the sky. I'll see you back at the guild.
Say, did he write,
Yes.
I like it. It's true to how he would speak. I read it in his voice.
Guild I have gone back to.
Okay, I'll
I hate you.
I know. I'll hop over Shale, and I'll meander over to this door and give a couple of light raps. That's a horse.
That's a really sad elephant. Sorry. I don't know why I tried to do any. I don't know. Roshana and Kilar'une, you're hearing knock at the door.
Moo.
He actually
Right.
jerks awake from that.
What, just moo? Or the knock. The knock makes more sense. I'll knock again.
Yeah, we're up.
And I'll I'm getting mixed
I'm-
messages.
I'm up.
I'll
It's
open the
Roshana
door.
just starfished, limbs out the bed.
I'll meander and say, Rook appears to have left. He's left a note that says he'll meet us. Well, he's gone to shout at the sky and he'll meet us back at the guild.
You see him brow soaked in a cold sweat.
Did you have another shower?
No.
Bad dreams?
Could say that.
Well, nothing breakfast won't fix. So I assume we just have to meet Rook at, well, unless he's been taken by someone that wants to turn him into an undead.
That's not funny.
Well, I mean, it was partially a joke. So I'm gonna go and get some breakfast. It's morning. I don't know when you guys want to head off to turn this in. And
Yeah.
see about. I don't. Do we? Are we going to talk to Maurice?
Yes, we should.
Yes, and then we'll head back. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go get some breakfast.
Yeah, we'll be down.
No. I'll look over at Roshana and be like, I'll see you in some time.
Yeah.
I'll go back out and close the door. And then go in the bathroom and freshen myself up, make myself look beautiful.
Lovely.
Skincare routine.
I'm gonna give myself a pedi, mani pedi, and do some fragrances, you know.
I have to say, I feel like Vayne does enough for the whole group.
I mean, someone has to look presentable.
Jeez.
I'm perfectly presentable.
Yeah.
You've got sweat all over your brow.
So?
He can wipe it off.
Then he'll have sweat all over his shirt.
As you are waking up, Kato, you do feel that the bed is quite cold. As you realise you have night sweated your way through.
Left some for the next person.
Oh.
I mean, you're right, but damn.
I was gonna say I don't think
Don't
these
worry,
beds are cleaned very often.
It's relatable.
Okay.
We'll sit up and get dressed. Roshana,
Yeah.
it's morning.
Okay. And I get up.
Vayne is humming to himself, which probably rings through the couple of rooms.
You do see sometimes Shale stumbles awake as well.
Oh yes, sorry, I meant to wake you up, but you looked like you were enjoying your sleep. As I'm walking back into my room.
Yeah. She kind of just turns over.
Good morning.
Snores again.
Good night. I'll step over her again. And I'll give Blaster a little bit more water. And say, I'm just going to pop downstairs for some breakfast. Do you need food? Do you eat?
No, I can see the sun from here.
I can hear him. I wish I could.
I can see the sun from here. It's okay.
Okay, lovely. That's good. Well, I'll pop back in 20 minutes or so. Yes, I'll see you in a bit. Meow, meow, meow.
Okay. Vayne heads downstairs.
He's making
for-
those noises as he walks.
Oh my god. Vayne heads downstairs for some brekkie. What's the rest of you doing?
Thanks, brain. I had a thought. It's gone now. I will just lumberingly make my way down.
Okay.
I'll get ready and also head down for some brekkie.
Well, righty. Put you on the right sheet. There we go. You head on down. You see Igor once again passed out at the bar. A couple of lock-ins, so you do see one individual is sat here just currently helping themselves to what looks to be oatmeal or porridge. Well, multiple English synonyms for food. Okay.
I'm not even here. First down, first out. Hello. I'm sat down. By the time you guys get downstairs, I'm sat down. I like to think I have one rasher of bacon, an egg, and wheat bread.
Okay. Yeah, you could have easily fished that out from the kitchen while Igor was slumped at the bar.
Yeah, I just assume that that's where he lives. I don't actually think he uses his bed, so. And I was sort of cutting away and nodding and go, morning, you two.
Morning.
Morning.
Sleep well? They weren't the best of beds.
Vayne never sleep well.
I mean, it was a good sleep for the events we had yesterday. Though I could do with another day of sleep, I guess.
Yeah. I do
Once we-
suppose it's not every day you almost drown in the sewer.
Entering sewage.
Yes. Yes, that may take a couple of days to settle.
Yeah.
But on the plus side, we're done with, well, for the most part, we're done. So we can head back, talk to Maurice, then head back to the guild, which Rook said he's going to meet us there. He's gone to yell at the sky, whatever that means.
Why would he,
Mm,
why?
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was nattering about something last night, something in the sky, and said the raccoon constellation is on the other side. And then I don't know. I went downstairs, had a drink, and then went to bed.
Strange.
But yes, he was just gone when I woke up. I really left the note. But yeah, so when we get back, we could probably have a day off. I would think, a day or two, maybe.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. I look at the two lock-in people. Are they like? Sorry, the one behind me is the one.
No, this
No,
is
no.
Igor, the bar.
No, sorry, I don't know why I said behind me. Behind Roshana.
Yeah. He's
We're very easy to mix up.
just passed out on the bench here,
Okay.
just snoring
Um,
quite loudly.
And the guy eating porridge/oatmeal he look, you know,
He's kind of
does-
sat
is
with
he,
his
like-
elbows around the food. Kind of just,
furious hungover.
very
Poor
much
guy.
nursing the food into his mouth. He's not making any eye contact. He very much seems like he just wants to eat and be left alone.
Could have had a glass of water before he went to bed. Dehydration is the worst part. Okay, I'll continue eating then. I helped myself to this, so I'm sure there's some left. I don't think Igor's going to be up for a while.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. I guess I'll go rummage in the back.
You do find plenty of bread. Some of it's a little bit stale, but you've got time to flick through the slices and
They call that croutons.
Yeah.
you find the squidgier bricks of bread and you can help yourself with that. There's butter, eggs, bacon, tomatoes, mushrooms, whatever you like.
Plenty of bacon and egg.
That's good. Eventually, Shale
Gonna
comes
treat
down.
this like a hangover.
She settles down beside you.
Sorry.
Morning.
Yes.
Morning.
Morning.
Sleep well?
For the most part, yeah.
Good.
I've rolled up your bed roll.
Oh, thank you kindly, Oz. Much appreciated. I'll get it cleaned.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's fine. Most of the time I don't use it anyway. I'm normally in bed. Don't think it's actually been cleaned since the cats were in it, so I hope you weren't allergic.
I'm
I mean, it's too late now.
not-
so-
Yeah. I think I'm going to quickly check outside. I don't want my breakfast coming up after I've done it. And she heads out around to the front.
Shale.
Night insight check.
Sure. Sorry, Kato.
Is
what did
she
you say?
like... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, just stopping her briefly.
Oh, yeah, she turns to you. Oh, yeah.
You keep an eye out there.
Okay. I'm just gonna check on the horses.
Just gives a nod.
Vayne, you can give me an insight if you like.
Just
she
to see
trying
if like
to-
that's the real reason, like she's going outside, if she's not feeling great, or if she's got like ulterior motive.
It
Damn.
seems like that she's going outside, one, to check on the horses, and two, she does want to go check the cart and whatever she had for breakfast come up again after seeing what's in the cart.
Oh, I see. That's what she meant. That's what she meant. I thought she meant just like, yeah. Like, no, that's fine. That was Vayne's misunderstanding, not mine. I know exactly what you were saying.
Well,
Okay, I'll
it
go
went
back.
it went right over my head.
I didn't explain myself as
Yeah.
well, that's why.
Yeah, I'll go back to eating then.
Mhm.
It would have literally just been like a glance up and as she was saying it. So. Bacon's lovely.
Definitely is.
Mm.
I'm gonna just go and cook some more. Actually, I'm gonna go. I only had one rasher of bacon, so I'm gonna go cook myself 2 more. Actually, I'm gonna go cook myself 2 more, and I'm gonna make a couple of pieces of toast and 2 eggs, and put it on a plate for Igor.
Mhm.
It's pronounced Igor, but yeah.
It isn't. His name is Eagor.
Yeah, but
Or Agor. Igor.
the movie.
No. It's a few moments before you see Shale return again. You see that she does have another guard with her.
Oh my god, she's with Fabric.
All the guards look like this, okay? I've only got the one token. She walks in, and you see beside her is a youngish gentleman. Roughly the same age as Shale, mid-20s.
Mhm.
He nods his head at you as you all gathered around the breakfast table, and Shale says, doing a check-in to see that one we're all alive. I see Rook is not here.
He left to go
Yes.
to the guild
Okay.
and yell at the sky.
Yeah, something like that. Some
I
sort
poke
of.
my head out of the kitchen and say, "He did leave a note."
Okay. The gentleman standing beside Rook in the guard de terre puts his hand up and he goes, hello, I'm Vista, I'm with Group 1. Maurice just asked me to come down here and check in with you. Is everything alright?
Yes. The
Mm-hmm.
everything is under control. We shall be reporting back to her today.
He shares a look with Shale. As soon as possible, please. I'll escort you.
That's something.
Breakfast.
Can I insight check him?
Sure.
I wanna see if he is hiding. No.
I mean,
No.
he seems genuine. If there's anything behind it, you kind of get the sense, kind of similar vibe to Shale in that, they're kind of just following orders.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get paid enough for this shit, is basically.
Yeah, that's true.
I think this is the general consensus.
mean-
down there.
I mean, I don't think we will be paid enough.
Yeah. I mean, 50 gold each, plus whatever's in there.
Mm-hmm.
I guess whatever we made, unless we have to give it back. Probably should. At least the book.
Yeah.
like
Diary.
Anyway, I'll pop the plate of foods that I made down next to Iroh, and then I'll hop the bar and eat my extra 2 rashers of bacon and a piece of toast.
Shale walks around and she's about to go grab her own. And Bista, you might as well sit down. He goes, don't mind if I do. Shale takes a look at you, Kato, and goes, do you want something to eat?
I'll have something later. Don't quite have the appetite.
Yeah, fair. And she hops over and begins the cooking.
You say this guy's name is Bista.
Bista, yeah.
Looking at the one that's. Oh, okay.
Breakfast is placed before you. You enjoy the breakfast of your own making. Though at the very least, it's not necessarily on your dime. What would you like to do?
Well, I mean, you spend the meeting in a sewer.
Yeah.
I guess once we've finished with the food, I'll go upstairs and pack my stuff away.
Grab plants
Give
to fur.
plants to fur. Yeah, give plants to fur a little bit of water.
That's enough. Thank you.
And yeah, kind of like enough so that he can not be super dehydrated for the journey. Because we've got to go to, I think we're going to the guardhouse and then it's like fucking 27 hours to get to Montgomery base. It's not that long, but
No, it isn't.
it's, we're walking. So it's 3 days travel. Yeah, that's what our Vayne's gonna do.
Alright. And the rest of you mostly have your packs on you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like pretty quick. Just have a quick cursory glance of the rooms, make sure I haven't left anything behind.
You do
And
take
then,
a quick look, and yeah, you're pretty solid.
And then I come back downstairs holding a beautiful plant stuffer, glistening with, water.
Vitality.
What a
Think-
just baby.
Yeah, think that scene from Hot Fuzz where Simon Pegg is on the train with a plant.
Okay. That breakfast had, you'll gather your pieces, your accoutrement, and you head back round to the cart. You do see, thankfully, that it has been undisturbed during the night. You do feel in
I
the
mean,
air.
whoever tried to disturb it would have had a fucking shock.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And thankfully, the smell isn't too bad either. You do feel a slight bit of dampness in the air, and you do see that the sky above has become quite tumultuous, and it looks like it could break at any point. Now,
We should get a move on before it starts pouring.
Yes, hopefully
Yeah.
it holds off long enough.
better get going quick then. Shell takes the reins, and Bista hops in beside her. What are you doing?
I'm frolicking.
On the road again.
Okay.
Off to Clankamry I go.
It'll take you about 45 minutes or so to reach the guardhouse. Is there anything you'd like to do during that time? Or we can jump there. It's up to you.
Have his own kind of breakfast, which is just a ration.
Hardtack, lovely.
Yep.
Vayne will pull out the pearl that he used for identifying, and sort of poke at Roshana and say, "Do you mind if I keep a hold of this? It will come in useful for if we have to identify things in future."
Oh, I totally forgot that I gave it to you, but no, you can keep it.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Sure, it will come in
Anytime.
useful. Sick. Pearl got.
Alright. You turn down what are now becoming familiar roads as you make your way back to the guardhouse. It's not long
Yeah.
before you reach the gate. The guards give you a quick once-over once more as you're brought in. Gates open and the cart careens around the side of the building into this very sparse courtyard. Although you do see there's a few more carriages here than before. Shell stops on seeing these carriages and goes, "Oh, all right. I don't really
everything
know
okay?
what we do with these."
That doesn't sound good. Everything okay?
Yeah, I'm just. I don't want to bring the cart around into the garage with this lot in the back, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there a tarp over it?
We still have the top, but
Yeah.
this sounds awful. Should we bring Fabrican?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I think so. We'd leave the other two under the tarp with the little gems.
Oh, with the
With the
ball.
smelly.
Yeah.
And then, yes. And then we'll ask how to deal with those. Oh, just out of curiosity, do you know how long this might take? It's just we have to ring a bell, and then the carriage will come and pick us up, but they have to have travel time to get here. So I assume it would be like 4 or 5 hours, but not 3 or 4 hours maybe.
I'm afraid I couldn't tell you. It's. I mean, this is your quest. I'll assist as much as I can, but it's up to you.
Okay. I'll ring the bell in about. Well, yes, we'll see.
Okay.
I might ring the bell in 30 minutes.
All right.
I think I've got it.
Put the horses back at the stable. If one of you wants to gather a friend, I'll meet you around the front.
It's not it.
I will help Vayne carry Vampire.
I am not carrying a dead body.
Well, it's
It's
because-
just his head.
Yeah, it is just the head.
I said,
'cause-
Oh, that makes it much better.
I mean, you get as much of him, but the head was separated
It's-
after the Sacred Flame blast from Roshana.
Is he?
Pew,
Yeah.
pew.
Is it okay? Is it cauterized head? There's no goop or anything.
I mean, it should be.
Yeah, there isn't any goop. It's mostly ash. You notice.
Okay, I will fucking carry a head.
Yeah. As he pulls the covers back, though, you see that same shocked expression that Viprig had as soon as Roshana blasts him with the sacred flame. His face is just frozen in terror. Grey-skinned, eyes missing. Thankfully, that little blip of light that had filled the sockets is also now gone. But it's not a pleasant sight.
Yeah.
That's
How long is his hair?
It's not terribly long.
Can I just get like a?
You can put your you could
Yeah,
get like
can
a
I
fist of it and hold it that way.
Yeah, just kind of hold it in front. I don't really want to fucking carry this through the fucking past all the guards. Don't mind me.
Or you can grab a piece of cloth or something, or
Okay, can I throw a cloth over it?
that's
And
what I
then-
was thinking.
Sure.
It had a cloth
I
around
didn't
it.
think- Sorry, just got this vision now of Vayne going, "Hello, everyone," waving the head about.
Yeah,
Saying
so
hi.
I wanna throw a cloth over it and then pick it up by the hair
Yes, you can.
and hold it out in front of me. So I'm holding it a round cloth.
Like a lantern. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I assumed it was in a cloth. I didn't think you were just carrying this.
Well, it wasn't.
corpse
It wasn't
head.
the tarp, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming you guys.
Well, we
have,
didn't
like,
wrap it in a cloth. So
Well, it's up to you. You could have grabbed a
Um,
pillowcase from back at the tavern and used that.
well, I'm
That
not gonna
would be
steal
theft.
from Igor. I mean,
that
Igor.
would be theft.
Okay, so you
You
all
threw
gather
me
around the
still
front.
Yeah.
Holding the head in front of you. Shale quickly runs around. Goes, okay. And you head up the stone steps. You're again meted by that wood interior. You see the guard is sat behind the desk, scrawling away into this ledger. You do see another guard is kind of stood off by the side. Kind of
Up
just
security since last time.
waiting. You think?
Perhaps someone else should take the lead for the time being.
Sure, I'll have my -1 charisma fighter head this whole operation. Yeah.
Well, I can talk. I just don't think that I have much.
It did go so
think
well
so.
last time.
The guard behind the desk looks up and goes, "Can I help you?"
Yes, we're here to report to Captain Maurice.
Squad leader, but yes, she's just down the corner.
Sorry. Yes.
Hold on a moment.
Squad leader.
And he stands up and walks around with you down the same corridor that you come to know. After the few visits that you've had here, he raps on the door, and you hear the enter. The door swings open.
Real quick, who's got Vaprig's notes?
Well, I'm assuming one of you does, surely.
Well, yeah,
Fun
I just
fact,
can't remember.
Rook did.
Oh wait, no, Rook had gave me the diary entry, so I have them.
Okay.
Okay.
And
I
I mean,
remember
you can hand it to me if you want.
Okay, I'll give them to you.
yeah, I believe Rook
Okay.
has
Funny
a
if
spellbook
Rook-
as well, but he would have left that underneath the note at the bed, on the bed.
Yeah,
sorry.
okay. I
Yeah,
forgot to
he-
mention Rook left all the stuff on the bed, so I've got it. Have it here. Everyone.
Reverse.
I was gonna say it would be hilarious if Rook just left with all of his
With
stuff.
everything.
All of the evidence we have that we did anything.
Oh,
We
bless
actually-
him. He doesn't have the
You-
strength.
we removed the tarp and all the bodies are gone. So-
Oh god. And
Okay.
for my next trick, woof.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll go in.
And you see
I'll go along afterwards.
Maurice sat behind her desk. Another guard stood by her side. Seems to be wielding a halberd. Though definitely you see that it has been covered. The blade of it has been covered with this very soft kind of material. It definitely seems to be more presentary than anything else.
Right.
And she looks up at you
squad
as you
lead.
walk in. Oh, nice.
We have concluded our investigation.
Okay. Please, come in, all of you. And she motions
shut them
again
in.
for the other guard to go get more chairs once again. It's more than she's expecting. Another two
She
chairs
knew we
are
were
brought
coming.
alongside the two. Chairs are placed before you.
Mm-hmm.
I gently
We-
place a head on her, or like a cloth object, an obfuscated cloth object on her desk.
Okay.
Not what I was going to lead with, but
Her eyebrows raises. Her eyebrow, one singular. There we go. Raises as you place it down. She goes, "All right. What is this?"
we have intake an investigation to Vepric's home, and we have discovered his personal journal here. As I hand it,
She takes it from you and quickly begins to leaf through the pages. Her expression goes through a range of emotions.
it was at the time that we were investigating his dormitory that two undead were spotted in the street. We quickly subdued them and traced their prints back to a hatch leading to the sewers.
Oh, nice. You see that range of emotions eventually falls into horror, confusion, a bit of everything as she gets to the very visible to you pages that have been scrawled with they will all pay.
Yes. Upon investigation of the sewers, we found more undead, which Shell recognized some to be the missing guards, along with a few merchants and I believe one townsfolk.
Right.
We located Vapric and confronted him, at which point we entered combat and subdued him, as I will sort of unveil the head.
Yeah, she pulls back in her chair. You see the guard also to the right of her also kind of just stiffens and turns towards it, almost instinctually holding onto the halberd. She rights herself up in her chair.
I want to be clear. We attempted diplomacy, however, he seemed quite bent on violence.
And
As you can see, he doesn't look himself, or
state of his
completely
being
human.
as he is here.
What was that? Sorry?
That was how you saw him?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
In the
when we
sewers?
confronted him, yes, in the sewers. We've also seized a number of items, two of which, or one of which was intended for Shale, and another for you.
I pull out the box of finger juice,
Lovely.
and I put it on the table. I'll say, he also, he was able to kind of control the undead, as it were.
Yes.
He told them to attack us. So.
You see,
Also, there was a hidden passage in his room in the sewer that led to, I believe Shell said, the catacombs.
and Shale pipes up at this point and says, yes, Not entirely certain what significance that has, but I believe it mentions somewhere in his diary that he suspected the claw had come through the sewer at some point. You see, Maurice is kind of sat behind. She's scanning over everything, but her eyes aren't necessarily meeting and focusing on any one point. She
I
turns,
open the box with the finger juice. Sorry.
she turns to the
and
halberd bearer and motions a finger over. You see the halberd bearer steps forward, and you see that this individual does have another one of those chains across the shoulder, and a few more sprigs on the crest that those wearing Guardhouse have on their chest. The halberd bearer waves their hand over the skull for a second. You see this very faint, light gold energy almost caresses the halberd bearer's fingertips and clinks down onto the head for a second before it pings back up again. He motions to you, Vayne, and points at the box. May I?
Oh, yes, I identified them, if that helps.
Yeah, please. And he continues his own identification ritual, but...
So what I gathered is that they are a potion called Noon Bloom. One of them is just a standard potion. However, the one with what we believe is part of Vapric's finger drowning in it is a sort of bastardized version of the potion and would have necromantic effects. As you can see, they are also labeled with two individuals' names.
The halberd bearer brings their hand back, puts a finger to their lips for a second, and turns to Maury specifically, but says it loud enough for all of you to hear. This appears to be a white. It is unfortunate that one of your guards has succumbed to an awful fate. Maurice wipes at her brow. May I see the box, please?
Edge it over to her.
Yeah, and she slowly reaches her hand around the head and kind of pulls the box gently, and she doesn't pull the vials out entirely, but she does enough that she can see the names written on the vials.
Sorry, also from my own brain. Was it in his note, in Vapric's notebook, or in there was something about an individual called K?
In the diary, yes.
Yes,
And
was
we
in the
speak to
diaries.
K.
Yes.
I assume that's what we handed over to Maurice, yeah?
Yes.
I believe so. Yeah,
So
the diary.
she's, yeah, okay. I'll just mention it. And yes,
I'll be back in a
and
sec.
Okay.
As I'm not sure how really whites work, there was also something in his diary that regarding someone with K. I don't know who that might be, but they might also be involved.
Certainly seems that way. Shale, what of these guards that you met down there? Yes, well, on the street, as they mentioned, we encountered two undead, two zombies. One of them was, unfortunately, Selby-Doo. And when we faced Vapric in his state, and she motions to the lovely head as being presented, he had under his control Hawkgazer and Tavern.
I'll cover the head back.
Yeah, Maurice gives you a wave as if to say thank you for doing that. Right.
I believe Heartgazer and the other person are in the. We managed to get them here. However, we weren't unable to completely get all of the corpses out of the sewer, as obviously there were only so many of us, and we had been doing a lot that day anyway.
We only managed to cover a very small portion of the sewer as well.
Yes,
There may still be undead
I'm not
down
sure.
there.
There may still be a few undead down there. We did dead the undead of 3 or 4 though.
Right. Well, once we have the gods rallied around and assorted into the new groups, you will see about a retrieval mission. Maurice looks about all of you, the halberd bearer, for a second, and then looks down at her own lap. Do you have the quest slip that the Adventurers Guild granted you?
Yes, I will produce it.
She takes it from you, and she begins to write at the very bottom of it. And as she's doing so, she says to you, "I am satisfied that the expectations for this quest have been met. The evidence presented here before me will be submitted as part of the report, and
I'll kind of go, sorry, also, and I'll pull out the map, or like the scroll tube. I forget what it's called.
Mhm.
The
scroll case.
tube thing. I'll say, yes, that's the word. And I'll say there was also this, which was, it's just a spell scroll, but that was also in the in his what looked a bit like a study in the sewers.
Maurice nods her head and motions for the halberd bearer, who reaches forward with both hands.
I hand it over.
Thank you kindly. So, return this to your clerk at the Adventurers Guild, and you'll be rewarded. I
Thank you.
thank you for your service.
Of course.
I'm sorry for your losses.
Am I? Shale, if you don't mind staying with me for a moment. We have many things to discuss.
If I'll ring the bell. I say, if I may, as we're going to have to wait a couple of hours for our carriage to turn up. When you're done speaking with Shale, if I could have a word with you before I leave.
Of course. She motions for the door behind you to wait in the lobby.
I'll do that.
Can we get some guards to help us with the remains in the carriage?
I will see to it that it is dealt with. You need not worry yourself any
Okay.
further.
We're getting a different carriage.
Okay.
That's why I rang the bell.
Well, yes. Thank you for your time.
As the door closes behind you, the three of you stepping forward, one of the doors in front of you, like just down the corridor, opens in front of you, Vayne. And you see a tall gentleman stepping forward. Goes, Vayne Durant?
Yes?
You are hereby under
Very
arrest
likely
for the
said.
claimless accusation and intimidation without violence towards Squad Leader Maurice without due merit on top of wasting guard time. You do not have to say anything, but anything you do say can be held against you when delivering judgment. It is recommended that you do not speak further until you are provided with counsel. You see the other door that is roughly beside you, now Kato at this point opens as well, and you see 2 more guards coming out into the corridor. And both of them hold Vayne on either side.
I think we both just heavy sigh.
Yep.
The guard standing up front points to both Kato and Roshana and says, "The rest of you are under warning. We ask that you please come with us."
Very
It's all part
well.
of my cunning plan.
I think we'll take a quick break there, guys.
Oh
Oh
boy.
boy.
Oh,
What did I miss in those few minutes that I was on a call?
Sorry about
So
that.
It's fine, it's fine.
so Vayne has is under arrest.
Because he put the head on the table?
No.
No, for his earlier sort of conversation with Maurice.
Ah, lovely, lovely.
So, you guys
I'm
are
not
escorted
actually
out of
interested.
the guardhouse.
I roll
Vayne,
that.
you are cuffed immediately as you stand outside the entrance, and you are escorted around to
friend,
a
I've missed you.
prison carriage. Roshana and Kato, you are brought towards not the carriage. It doesn't have the bars on the window though. As a gesture of, we are asking you to do this, but you are not obliged.
Did they read me my full Miranda rights?
What,
Because
They
what?
did.
Can't hear you.
I haven't
They-
signed anything. My full Miranda rights.
What would you like to do, Kato?
These are not the adventurers you're looking for. No, I'm kidding. And I will begrudgingly enter.
And it is a terse and not terse, tense ride to the gatehouse.
Which gatehouse?
Let's show you. Let's hop over to the map real quick.
Please. Thank you.
Ah.
Oh, I shouldn't have rung the bell. My mate's gonna fucking turn up and there's not gonna be any.
Yeah.
Can I ring it twice again and then that will make him go away?
So you are currently in this guardhouse,
Yeah.
but the gatehouse where you are heading, as you've been told as you enter the carriage, that you are heading towards the southern gatehouse, is this one
Going
here.
home?
A place that is very familiar to you, Vayne.
Sweet. My
The carriages,
fucking friends.
your carriages take you down the lesser traversed paths. As for the next 2.5 hours, you are just watching as fields and few heads pop up every now and then as workers watch as the carriage trundles by. See a few
Definitely
trees
getting in that
distance.
newspaper now.
Sorry?
I'm definitely getting in that newspaper now.
You've broken the terms of your probation.
How long have I been in Clankenry? 4 days?
Not even. My guy, you were here on the 26th, I believe.
So 3 days.
Yep, so you're here on Aresh, Kilar'une,
Right.
Kermadi.
So I've been arrested. I've been arrested twice in 3 days.
3-4
Oh,
days,
that-
yeah.
That is impressive.
Well
I'm
done.
I'm working this. Speed running in jail for an entire campaign.
An entire criminal rap sheet, any percent speedrun.
Damn straight.
Vayne, across from you are 2 guards that are kind of just sat, arms crossed, looking at you as the carriage trundles on. Kato, you and Roshana are in another carriage. There is one more guard with you, but they don't seem to be visibly armed. They are kind of just looking out the window and just waiting for the journey to be over.
He's more thinking about his night more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
As Roshana's a bit
Vayne
busy
is
right now.
thinking
We'll
about. Oh,
hop to the gatehouse. So what do you want to say, Vayne?
So Vayne is like mind palacing all the information he knows about Maurice.
Mhm.
Just like thinking and thinking and thinking while staring at these 2 guards with like one eyebrow up, kind of miffed.
Yeah. Soon you do approach the moat that surrounds the southern gatehouse. The carriages stop
I think-
for a brief moment as a bridge is lowered down, and
I recall.
yeah, the carriages trundle over the wooden bridge, reaching this imposing-looking building. Mostly stone, though you do see there are a few windows settled about, all of them barred, however. You are invited to jump off of the carriages. Vayne, you are pulled out of the carriage. And I'll bring you over to the map now. Because, goddammit, I worked hard on it, okay?
I'm excited.
Ooh. Ooh.
I mean, it's kind of dark, but yeah, sure.
Hey, hi again, Bluebell.
Am I here, I assume?
You're between the 2 guards.
Wait, is it control? No, it's alt, isn't it? There we go. Oh, okay, I guess I can just put myself in a thing. There we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull over Roshana. Beside you, Kato. As you
Ow.
disembark from the carriage, you see this gentleman walks forward. You could tell immediately by the way that this man is dressed. 2, one chain on either on both shoulders, I should say, and the crest that he has on his guard attire uniform. I'm just going to call it that from now on.
Fair.
There are. It's
Guard
almost
attire.
like
Cool.
guard attire. It is a flourish of branches. This is definitely a man of high station. You see what looks to be a human man standing before you, mid to late 30s. Very pointed chin, short brown hair, and he stands with a very muted sense of authority, but you could feel the presence exuded from him by the way that the guards react to him. He steps forward. I am Inspector Prickett, and you are Vayne Durant, if I'm to believe everything that has been told to me.
I believe so, yes.
Right. Well, if you'll accompany me to the interrogation room, please. He turns
Of
to
course.
you, Kato, and Roshana, and he says, please follow another one of these gentlemen here. You see a guard approaches from the door and offers for you to follow him. I'm going to move you now. You enter this very large building. It's quite well lit. Well, not when I'm hiding things. Come on, reveal, roll 20.
I've got dark vision, it's fine.
Fuck's sake! You see, it opens up into
Yes.
this large foyer. These stone paving has been, you could see, visibly marked over the years by this central column here. But there it does also seem to be this rather dirty path that you see Vayne is now being dragged down and around the corridor.
It's the route for the perp walk.
Yeah, pretty
Mm.
much. So I'm gonna bring this lot here away. Actually, I'm not going to bring him here first. Inspector
I'm
Prickett
everywhere.
turns towards you, Vayne, and says, "You are allowed counsel, should you wish to have one. However, it'll be some time before they arrive. You may wait in holding during that time if you so wish, or we can go straight to the interrogation room now. Which would you prefer?"
Now, I am thinking should never speak to them without counsel. However, I will ignore my right for counsel
Mhm.
and say, we can go straight to the interrogation. It should be a simple affair.
Oh no.
Very
Oh,
well.
he's doomed.
Tell them the
Rook-
truth.
Not Rook. Kato and Roshana. You watch as Vayne is taken away, still held on either side by each of these guards. Your feet aren't shackled for now, Vayne, but by the way these guards are holding you, they might as well be, because you feel kind of bookended at this point.
That's fair enough. I assume it's similar, if not worse, than the last time.
Okay. In the meantime,
Oh, God.
Kato and Roshana, you see this guard walks over and he goes, "Sorry, if you just follow me, you can either wait here or, if you'd like, there is another smaller waiting area past this door. Usually a guard is just there keeping watch as such. If you wish to speak to anyone, you can speak to them, or you can speak to either myself or the other guard sat behind the desk area. Is that all right?"
Yeah, I think we'll wait here.
Yeah, we'll wait here.
Alrighty. Please take a seat. I don't know how long it'll be.
Oh,
Sit
so
on
cute.
the very end.
Sorry, I messed that up.
Oh no.
It's fine.
It's okay.
Okay. And Vayne, you are brought down a very familiar route. As you were wide-eyed once before, this is starting to become a very unpleasantly a familiar experience as you turn down a corridor, the perps walk, as Kato pointed out, and you make a turn, another turn again. You walk past a set of stairs, but you don't go down the stairs. Ooh.
Ooh. Take
Before
note that there's stairs there.
I'm gonna zoom out now so you can bloody see. There we go. Once again, you see this guard who is sat behind a desk, and you see the cupboards and the crates and such where your items were left before. Inspector Prickett turns down this corridor, and you are brought to follow. And this is where you remember is where a certain very fey and elven individual had collected you once before.
Yeah.
As you see a row of cells.
Anyone I know?
As you reach the very closer to the very end, you see your friend and caravan master, Priestley Montagor, at the very, very end, where he was left once before. He lifts his
I'm
head as
back.
Sorry? He lifts his head
I'm back.
as you're being brought by, and he stumbles forward to the bars. Vayne! The guards push forward
Hello,
again.
Monty.
Pushing past this other door. And you are brought forward into...
As I push past Monty, I'll say, I'll speak to you later.
and you were brought into an interrogation room. Hold on, sorry, I'll reveal what the area is now for you.
It's cool. I assume it's going to be some chains and maybe a table.
Nope.
No chains.
You're brought into a very small room with the dimmest little barred window to the outside world.
A barred window?
Yeah.
Aha! Get it, barred.
Uh-huh.
Oh my
Yeah, okay.
god.
Hilarious.
Here all
Inspector
week, guys.
Prickett
Here all-
motions for you to sit in one of the chairs, and he sits across from you.
That's interesting. I know where he sits.
He sits down gruffly on the other side.
I see. Obviously.
So, you've been detained for making claimless accusation and intimidation without violence towards squad leader Maurice without due merit.
Apparently so.
Mr.
Though I
Durand,
would disagree that I was trying to intimidate or cause any harm. I was hired to do a job, and my wits told me that I should question anyone and everyone for information on said job.
right. To be frank with you, Mr. Durand, that's not the reason why I've brought you here today.
Oh.
Surely that just expedited you coming here, rather than me having to find you. The reason that I managed to get you here specifically is that I've been informed that you are aware of the presence of 2 individuals being held currently within the Southern Guardhouse.
Which guardhouse is this?
This is the other guardhouse, where
Okay,
Keldo
So the
and
southern one
Rasker-
is where we just came from. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so the
Okay,
other one was the guardhouse, this is the gatehouse. I know, confusing.
Yeah,
Mm,
sorry. I'm aware of them, yes.
This information was not public knowledge. Which leads me to believe that you are holding information pertinent to their own incarceration. And from a
I-
quick glance over at the logs here at the gatehouse, it seems that you two were incarcerated not 2 days ago. However, and for whatever reason, your name has been struck from the record. I don't think I need to tell you that all of this is indeed odd. Would you care to explain?
Well, so where to start? In regards to how I was incarcerated here, I'm still not entirely sure. We were traveling. We were going to enter Clankamry, and were arrested as we got to the gate. That was how we first came to be here. And then I was requested at the Adventurers Guild, which is how I got out from here.
How do you mean?
Then well, I had an invitation to go to the Adventurers Guild. Someone just gave me this invitation.
Before or after arriving here?
On the way.
Give me a deception check, please.
oh no.
This is exciting. Oh, this is really bad.
Oh.
You see, one of his eyebrow just twitches slightly, but he says nothing.
So, it's hard to describe. As you know, the carriages that bring us to these places are barred. When we stopped at one of the bridges to wait for the bridge to allow us through, someone slipped the note into the carriage. It was... And I didn't even see the individual, but it was handed to me, and then I mentioned it to a guard here. I don't even know who they were. And then someone from the Adventurers Guild came and let me out. I've literally, as you say, I've only been in... Did you say moo?
Who?
Oh, right. Well, some fellow that works there.
A name?
Don't know. I didn't have a name. He literally
Mr.
came...
Devant. And he leans forward, puts his two elbows onto the table between you. Given your current position and the circumstances which have brought you here, I would highly suggest that you help us to help you. If you're able to help us with our investigation, I would be willing to put in a word to the Evanswan here and see whatever punishment you face for pissing off Maurice is a little lighter.
I find it confusing that I'm being punished for pissing off Maurice anyway. But I am trying to help you, but I also am aware that whoever this individual was that managed to get me out of the shackles of this cell, whoever they were, they had some goal, which I am unaware of. All I've done since I've got here is go from one confusing matter to the next. It's been a hell of a 3 days.
How about we start from the beginning, then?
Very well.
Priestley Montagor. Tell me about
Yes.
him.
Oh, I met him a year or 2 year and a half ago, give or take. He stopped in my town, and I kind of tagged along with their caravan from Northern Cadmia to, well, the entrance of Clankamree, but that's where we were restrained even. He's a nice enough gentleman. He's taught me a lot in terms of selling and bartering. And that's about it. Or is there anything specific you would want to know about him? I mean, he's literally there.
Indeed, but he seems to have taught you quite well. You both seem to be quite wily. What goods did you sell?
Personally, I sort of dabbled in odds and sods and some potions. In terms of the caravan as a whole, I mean, we had some people that did like, we had an individual that did like tarot readings. We was artifacts and sort of random bits and bobs, really.
And how many people made up your caravan?
Uh, uh, thinking back to what Neuro told me about certain people not being apprehended,
Mhm.
I will say 5 or 6. Depends. It depends. Sometimes we had the fortune teller, as I mentioned, but they weren't necessarily part of the caravan. They kind of tagged along, but they weren't always with us.
You see now that at this point, Inspector Prickett has taken out like a small pad and has begun writing down some of the things that you've said. And would you be able to vouch for the others in this caravan?
Oh, most definitely. They're all. I mean, I've never seen. I've never seen them do any wrong. I mean, they're just traveling merchants. They, you know, each individual does their bit. We had a chef. We had the fortune teller lady. A bit of muscle for if anyone tried to steal from the caravan. But apart from that, it was all very mundane.
His eyes narrow slightly at yours. Give me a deception check, please. Actually, no. That's my bad. His eyes do narrow at you. Ouch! Sorry. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Ugh. And why do you think the guards deemed it fit to pull you over, let alone arrest you?
Still trying to work that out. All I've been told is something about a debt.
Right.
And then the guard, or one of the guards who, they must have found something they didn't like or something. When we were traveling into the gate, one of the boxes, we kind of hit a pothole, and one of the boxes fell off. And then as we were readying that, the guards came over and just arrested everybody. It was very sudden. I genuinely stood, I don't know why or what it was about. It's been aggravating me for the past 3 days as it started at this crazy series of events that had me going sewer diving and
He looks at you confused.
being attacked by cats.
He stands up
I look
for a
at him.
second. He goes, "Pardon me for a moment."
Very well.
He walks to the door and pokes his head through. You hear a bit of muttering. You hear footsteps walking away as Inspector Prickett goes and sits back down again. All right.
Could I hear what they said?
Then give me a perception check. You heard him to go get something, but not quite what he was looking for.
Can I go get those thumb things, the torture device with thumbs? I just know it.
Back to Mr. Montecore. Did you notice anything strange about him?
When I met him, or like
In general.
now? Not really. He's a very knowledgeable man. He's, I mean, he's, what's the word? Not intricate. He's strange. I mean, he's an interesting individual. Eccentric. Thank you. He's eccentric. He's fond of, the gaudy kind of rings, etc. But think generally he comes across as a very, he's just a caravan master trying to make his or ply his trade, and make some coin.
Well, from my notes here,
He's quite caring, like in regards to the people that were in the caravan.
from my notes here, it looked as though your caravan was stopped for a search.
I believe that's true. Yes.
And it was upon
As I said,
looking through
something thermal.
Mr. Montagore's carriage that you were then arrested. Do you not find that a bit odd?
I didn't frequent his carriage, nor do I know specifically the laws surrounding goods and trading here. So I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I wasn't really told anything, as I say. It was just kind of carted off to sit in a cell. But I mean, it's strange, yes, but I haven't really had time to sit and think on it, to be honest. It's been a hectic couple of days.
You see through all of this that Inspector Prickett, his eyes are trained on you. Every now and then they dart down to the notepad as you see that his hand is continuously writing, even when he's looking at you. They just dart back every now and then to reference. But he's most assuredly reading you. Mr. Durand, what if I were to tell you that it wasn't goods or contraband that was found within his carriage?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised that it's not contraband. I would be surprised that it wasn't goods. He tended to keep the more magical artifacts in his sort of vicinities for safekeeping. But why? Are you allowed to inform me as to why?
It was a body.
Or what? Vayne's like, like a human body? What
His
do you mean
eyes
a
are
body?
just piercing down at you.
I mean, I've been with the caravan for a year or just over, and we've never seen any bodies, nor any strange sort of circumstances like that. Was it alive? Was it what? I'm sorry.
It was
I'm
very much dead.
confused. I mean, I couldn't. I'm not sure how that would be there. Was it male, female?
Right, I've seen enough. He begins to pushes himself off the table and stands up. Walks over to the door.
Wait,
swings open.
wait. Are you can't tell me anything?
I'm afraid not, for the time being. But you have been very helpful. He sticks his head through the door and motions for the guard to come in. You will be put into holding until the Evan Swan is ready to see you.
Am I
will-
still being arrested for slightly annoying a guard?
Seems to be. The guard walks in and, bringing you by the cuffs, escorts you down to another one of the cells, opening up the bar door once more. And pushing you through. A sense of deja vu washes over you. Oh, hold on. So you are placed on the door. into the cell. The same cell, oddly. We replaced them before.
Does it smell any better this time?
Oh god, no.
Yeah.
Have I made the tokens wider? I think I have.
Looks like it, yeah.
Do look a little
At,
wider,
at,
yeah.
at least Vayne's is wider.
I'm a
Is that any
thick
better?
boy.
There we go.
Yeah.
A chunky
I
boy.
think this dude's wider as well. There we go.
Mhm.
Okay. That's all good now.
You see as Inspector Prickett comes walking down. Gives a look into both of you as he walks away. In the meantime, what are Roshana and Kato up to? Can you hear honking?
No.
Okay,
No.
thank God. I think that someone must have won a match or something because they're blaring the horns.
Ah.
Sorry, what are you guys up to during this entire conversation?
I will mentally communicate. Don't react, don't look, just listen.
Roshana, you hear Kato's voice in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on here, but I don't like it. I don't think... Oh, perhaps I'm underestimating her pettiness. But imprisoning someone for backtalk, just for upsetting them. Either it's a highly corrupt system or something of a power trip.
I do as Kato says and just don't respond.
Okay.
But hearing the voice in my head, I frown just a little, but then, yeah, poker face.
Just give me a deception check, Roshana.
Oh, lovely.
Just for shits and
Yeah.
giggles.
Deception. 11.
Kato,
The same
you
as mine.
spare a glance out of the corner of your eye and you see Roshana and she's focusing really hard. Just staring in front of her at the bench.
The bench would be dead by now.
Yes.
It's an intense, intense staring contest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can respond. You can respond.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
Hmm.
I'm just hoping we can take Vayne back.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't known him very long.
No, exactly, but I mean, we've been through shit.
Literally.
Yeah.
I'll just have to see where it goes.
Yeah. It's kind of taking long.
Hmm.
After about a solid...
But I.
Oh, sorry.
Mhm.
Continue.
No, it's fine.
I'd say after about a solid 30 minutes or so, you do see a guard approach you. He says, it'll be some time before your friend will be seen by the Evans Swan. However, I've been instructed that you are allowed to speak with him for a few minutes if you wish. He is currently in holding.
Yes. Is
Yeah.
is it normal for someone to be held for upsetting someone of status?
I'm not entirely familiar with his incarceration or the case that has been brought against him, but if you, from what you're telling me, if you piss off an official, yes, you can certainly incur their wrath.
Lovely.
Interesting.
I can bring you now if you wish.
Please.
Yes.
There's a few moments, a few minutes. We'll help pop back to Vayne for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, a bit of back and forth. Vayne, you were brought past the cell that Montagor was in. And placed into the cell beside him.
As I walk past, I give him a very sharp look.
Mm-hmm. You hear the rattle of the bars beside you. He goes, Vayne, what happened?
I should ask you that.
How much do you know?
Oh, not much. Just something about the reason we're in here.
Right.
What did you do? Or what happened?
If I had done nothing, Vayne, it would have been much worse.
I look around the cell.
You hear him.
In the past 3 days, I've been mauled by cats, and undead, and in a sewer. And now I'm back in this cell. It doesn't seem like it could get much worse, Monty.
I thought Duroy was meant to help you with gathering funds.
Yes. Adventuring.
Did you make any headway with that?
I mean, I was trying to turn in a quest, but now I'm here.
Right.
Apparently for pissing off a guard.
Oh, Vayne.
What? The quest said figure out and gather information. I tried to gather information. She didn't like how I asked, and now she's holding a grudge. But I don't think that's the reason I think that's part of the reason I'm back here. I'm speaking quietly but loudly at the same time.
Yep.
Stage whisper.
Yeah. I think that's part of the reason I'm here. But from what that other gentleman, I say gentleman, what the guard person that just interrogated me said, the reason is because I mentioned that I knew some people that were being held at a different guardhouse.
Ooh.
And then they started asking other people from our group. And then they started to ask about how I got out of here.
Right.
But I didn't say any names. Because I
Right.
don't know any names.
Good. Keep it up.
If I technically did just say
it
it.
can be very foolhardy at times.
I mean, it's been a difficult couple of days. I'm very confused about literally everything that's just happening. So, foolhardy maybe, yes, but at the moment, I'm out of my depth. 4 days ago, I was a traveling merchant, and yesterday I went into a sewer to kill an undead man.
That sounds... Oh.
Yes, it's not exactly my idea of a Friday night. Wait, Fridays don't exist. The equivalent of Friday, but...
Hold on, I've got it in my notes. Kirnavi.
Not my idea of a Kilar'une night.
Right. Well, did they tell you how long you would be in here? Are you being let out soon? Or is
No,
it...
they've said. He said that the even guards or some other guards are going to come and talk to me about me pissing off this guard.
All right.
And then
And
he
they-
said, "Oh, I might be back soon."
Do you have enough to pay any fine that they might impose on you?
I'm kind of saving up to help you out.
Well, Vayne, you can't help me in here, can you?
Well, that's true. Also, Monty. You know, me but not me in the caravan. The other me that wasn't me. The lazy me that couldn't keep his thing in his pants.
Yes. What of him?
Has he been to see you?
No.
I bumped into him. Yesterday? Maybe yesterday.
Yeah, yes.
Potentially yesterday. Yeah, yesterday.
Or
and
the day before.
he,
I've lost the days as well.
Yeah.
Sorry.
there's been a lot happening.
Mhm.
Yesterday or the day before. And he mentioned that he might pop in. I mentioned about the amount to get you out. And he mentioned that he might pop by. I wasn't sure if he'd done so yet.
Right.
He also
Well,
mentioned about the little ones and the fortune teller getting away.
that's good. If you can get out of here, you should find them.
And how would I go about doing that? It's a big city, and I feel like I'm being watched now because they think I'm part of some murderous scheme. And you're calling me foolhardy? I'm not the one that was... whatever you were doing.
What are you referring to right now?
Sorry?
What are you referring to right now?
The fact that he had a corpse in his fucking bedroom.
Yeah. As you're saying this, there's a deep sigh beside you, and he says, quite quietly, "It was Varesh. I was
What?
trying to protect him. Back in Gratsem, the folks there, they were not too keen on our friend, I believe, mostly due to his heritage. A fight broke out and he had to protect himself. They were clambering all over him. You know that he's a gentle soul. He has the appearance of a brute, but really he would not hurt a fly.
Yes, of course.
They forced him to it. And one of the folks that jumped him fell. The rest of them took
Right.
off. But they soon returned to rally again around the caravan. I could not have them take Varesh. Surely they would have killed him for being something they made of him, not for who he is truly.
Yeah. So,
I had the body moved into the carriage. Left out in the heat and fields, it would wither and stink, and almost immediately, and bring more attention to ourselves. I couldn't risk any evidence being left behind that could incriminate us or Varesh.
but he's dead.
Not Varesh, no.
Oh,
The person who
oh, I
tried to jump him.
see.
Yes.
I see. I thought you meant... Okay. Phew. Do you know where? Can't you explain?
And
You know, surely you know people that. Oh, wait, or is that who you know?
sorry?
The friend that got me out of here.
No, it's been some time since I've been in this city, Vayne. I believe why we were stopped in the first place is that I had some debt. It's what led to me leaving this city not long ago. I was young and foolish at the time, unrecognizable from the man that you see before you, or would see if there was not a wall and bar separating us, but
Oh, I see your point.
I'd worked hard building myself up, and this was meant to be my grand return to the city in many years. But
Not entirely what you were expecting.
no, not at all.
Sorry.
I fear there's
just
no
wait.
one in the city that could help us.
Okay.
It is at this time that Roshana and Kato are brought forward towards.
I clear my throat as if to say, "Shut the fuck up."
Kato and Roshana, you are brought down a long corridor. You see the path is very well worn, and there's a slight pong of sweat and stale urine as you're brought down towards a long corridor. You pass by a gentleman sat at a desk, and the guard who is beside you steps forward and goes, these two are merely visitors here. They are just here to speak with the gentleman at the far ends. The guard at the desk just gives you a nod and motions for you to walk on through. Should you need anything, please give me a call. I'll be nearby. Walking down.
Which
As you're walking by,
which town was that you said?
you grazie. As you're walking by Kato
Okay.
and Roshana, you do see a rather drunk individual is the only way you can describe it, because he is singing rather loudly about whatever he sees walking past the car. He sees a man with white hair, old man. And he says, "Hey, great lady," as you walk by Roshana.
Drunk people.
What fun.
Indeed.
The guard gives you a look as you walk by. He's just standing station at the moment. He looks very weary, having to listen to this drunkard for so long. But eventually, you do see your tiefling friend Vayne stood, excuse me, behind the bars, and he's sort of leaning forward in the cell next to him. You see,
Well, we've got a nice little bar in here.
yeah, you know, you've got everything sorted out. Why do you think your man's
Cocktails.
drunk? There you go.
Yeah.
You see a short and slightly tubby individual. A man
Not
dressed
tubby,
in.
is well rounded.
Yes, he is very well rounded. You see a rather greasy beard, encapsulating this very round face. Looks to be a human man, about could be anywhere between mid-40s to mid-50s. Not entirely certain. He seems to be wearing very vibrant clothing, almost like a rich red, and you do see that he's ringing his fingers a little bit, like there should be rings there. You can see from the tanned lines that this was a very embellished individual, we'll say. You do see that his hat is currently off, and there is a massive bald spot. You see, even from the smell alone, you can tell that this man hasn't had a wash, unfortunately, for a couple of days.
You do see every now and then he grabs his hat and just dabs at his face a little bit, the sweat.
I mean, it still doesn't smell like the sewer, so...
True.
Yeah.
Little victories.
Morning, Vayne.
Hello. Didn't realize we were allowed visitors.
Hmm.
Ow.
Well, something tells me this is about more than... Well, then again, what the guard said.
Oh no, that's what we're waiting for. Now waiting for the Everblades or Everguards or some people that take forever to come down and interrogate me a second time about annoying this Maurice woman.
Hmm.
Hopefully I'll just be able to pay the bail and then be out, but I'm unsure how much that is at the moment, or if there isn't even a possibility of that.
Yeah, assuming we could pay it.
Yeah.
Well, yes. If you guys need to head back, I understand. Where's Planstifer?
He was taken as part of your belongings. He is currently...
Son of a bitch!
He's currently in one
I
of the
mean-
little boxes back here. On top of.
Okay.
Even I was just kind of like, wait, yeah, what did happen to Plastic?
Easily the most important person in our group. I was like, where the fuck is he?
You need to know where the BBEG is at all times.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta keep an eye on that guy. I mean, yes, if you two want to go and meet Rook, because I'm assuming he'll be at the Adventurers Guild, or on his way there at least. I don't want you having to sit here and wait for them to finally turn up and tell me off for questioning a guard. No offense to other men, Mr. Guard.
Are these your compatriots, Vayne?
Yes, these are my sewer friends.
You know this guy?
Oh, sorry. Kato, Roshana. This is Presley Monticle.
It is my honor to make your acquaintance, even in these dire circumstances.
I look at Vayne, old friend.
Just, I mean, he's a friend.
Hmm.
Friend and mentor, really. As you can see, we take after each other in
Yes, the two of
habitat.
you. Yes, the two of you placed in a cell side by side. One might call
Yes.
this serendipitous.
Yes, this is my. This is where I visited last time I was here.
Last time you were here.
Yes, well, before I came to the Adventurers Guild and met Rook, this is where I was hanging out.
The cell?
So, yes, it's a confusing turn of events, but
I see.
one we will eventually get to the bottom of, I'm sure. Won't we, Monty?
God's willing.
I see.
But yes, if you two need to head and turn in the quest and etc., I don't blame you. I I can't tell you how long I'll be here, so.
So at this point, Roshana, you hear steps, fast-paced steps. Someone's running in your direction. You see in flowing robes a half-elven gentleman just running towards you, runs past the guard, and looks over at you.
Hand on dagger.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm looking for Vayne
Yes?
Durant.
I point to the saw.
Yeah.
Mr. Durant.
Wait.
Um,
Hello.
hello. I am Mr. Warren. I am your counsel. Have you spoken yet to any of the guards? Please tell me you waited.
About which part? I haven't spoken to them yet about annoying a guard.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow.
No, I haven't spoken to any guards.
Give me a deception check.
Ooh.
Oh
I'm
no.
deceiving my own counsel, guys.
Right.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
off to a great start. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Excuse me.
Wow.
Goes,
The third doubles. Impressive.
Right.
Well, I mean, not for the issue that I'm currently in the South,
All right.
technically. It's a confusing circumstance. I'm happy to explain it, I'm sure.
Yes, I just hope we'll have time. I think the Evan Swan will be ready for us at any moment.
Hey, what else? Basically, I was hired for a quest from the Adventurers Guild, which I'm on probation with. The quest was to investigate, gather information, and quell a threat. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to talk to you about that, because she got iffy about talking about it as well. So I'll give you the bare minimum. It was a quest.
Well, I am from the Adventurers Guild, so I can
Oh, okay, excellent.
assist in certain matters.
So it was a case of we were to gather information and quell a threat, basically. And during the gathering of information stage, I asked a couple of questions and prodded and poked, because as far as I'm concerned, everyone is a suspect until proven otherwise. And apparently the guard didn't like that, and here we are.
You see, he has a troubled look on his face. Mr. Durant, there are means to investigating the guards and other members of authority and the noblemen of this kingdom.
Well, I mean, it was my first day.
And you're on probation as well.
I assume not for much longer.
Well, I can try and spin this round in our favor.
I was doing a thorough job, but is it?
However, without due merit.
There was
Not only
evidence.
It says
There
when
was-
he goes flicking through the couple of the pages that he has in his little brief that he's carrying, like a small little leather-bound folder of some kind. It says, if I might, if I can find my own fucking notes, that'd be great.
While he's flipping through his notes, I'll say, we did, and I'll point at the other two. I'll say, we did all suspect her at one point. I just voiced it.
Yeah, not a healthy thing to do.
I thought she might appreciate a bit of honesty, considering we were trying to help her out, but evidently not. I was even going to apologize just before she got me arrested.
That's all very well and good, but apologies don't stand unless you get to them in time. Yes, it says here the charge of use of intimidation without violence. What did you say?
I mentioned that it would be a shame if she got demoted again,
Right.
or something along those lines.
Well, it's... You see a sort of resolution falls across this man's face. It seems that this is more of a charge by technicality than it is by any major wrongdoing. I feel that the reason she sent you here is to give you a lesson.
Oh, very much learned.
Right, well... I'll have things prepped. It really should not be long until the Evans one is ready to see us. I don't believe he has many other defendants today, or cases to go through. He turns to you, Kato, and Roshana. If you would like to accompany me, we might as well head down to the courtroom.
Lead the way.
Sure, yeah.
Alrighty. Bring you over.
Make our window down.
Mocking race.
I look over at the guard
Mhm.
and say, am I allowed a toilet break before my trial?
You got a bucket, don't you?
Yeah, it was more out of character.
Oh, sure. Yes, we'll take a 10-minute break. Okay. Where were we?
Prison.
Courtroom.
Prison. Yeah. So you've got just a few more minutes, Vayne, before you think, before the guards to come to collect you.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to say
The
to Monty?
beheading.
What do you think I should do? Is there anyone I should seek out? You said you have history here, but
Not that will be helpful. I still do think being with the Adventurers Guild would be of use. I think Larima has... She might be the person to speak to. She also has, I believe, on her person a couple of effects that might speed payment to the guards here.
if I do get out of here, I'll just try and seek her out.
Yes. I think perhaps maybe stay away from Voresh, just to avoid bringing any
Yes.
any possible incrimination his way. He doesn't need it.
No, of course. Unfortunate series of events.
most certainly. But I have faith. I have faith. I
Yes,
believe in you, Vayne, to help
I'll do my best.
resolve this.
Any advice?
Be sweet like honey.
Be swift like.
Sweet like honey.
Okay.
It's at this point that you hear the heavy footsteps and the jingling of chainmail as two guards approach and open the door to your cell, place the shackles back on your hands again, and this time one of the guards goes in and does put shackles on your feet as well.
Okay. See you soon, Monty.
Oh, I hope not too soon. Get out of here, Vayne, if you can.
Oh, I didn't mean in here.
Yes. Go forward, and you're headed down the same corridor that you were down before. On the other side of things, Kato and Roshana, you are... I can't see where I am. You are brought forward by one of the guards, the Mr. Warren, who is meant to be helping Vayne, has already scurried on ahead. The guard approaches you. Just down this way if you're waiting for the case to start.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Vayne, you are brought in down the corridor, past what you believe to be other interrogation rooms. Before you stands a very large door, of much better quality and make than the other doors that you see around you. This one seems to be covered in symbols of scales, some of them wielding swords, others shields. It kind of depends on all the different symbology, but every now and then you do see the symbol of a sun, which seems to be the most prominent. The door before you opens, and you are welcomed into a brightly lit room. Numerous windows peering into this room. It is light and airy. The floor is covered in marble. You see in every corner there seems to be a guard. You were stepped up on a platform as you walk forward, almost like a catwalk of some kind.
Oh, working it.
Yeah.
I swish my hat.
Baby. Yeah. The guards stay behind as they motion for you to step up to the bench here. You see to your right, Mr. Warren is stood by, as is Inspector Prickett. The guard ushers you, Kato and Roshana, forward, opens the door for you.
Don't.
If you
No,
just
I'm
sit-
not in the wall. Let's not worry.
Just anywhere along those seats there. You may take a seat.
Give him a nod.
Very well.
The door closes again. One of the guards steps
Clicking
forward.
again.
Sorry?
She kept saying ow. I was like,
I did
"You
it
clicking
again. I keep cracking my elbows for no bloody reason. I think I've just sat down for too long. That's probably why.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
The guard here to the right of the I don't even know what you call it. The table. We'll just call it for now. Goes.
Mm-hmm.
Judge's bench.
Everybody, please stand for the Evan Swan Verdun Basolt presiding. Everyone stands up. Human man, white hair, steps forward. You see he is wearing very ceremonial dress, black, white gloves at the very end. He goes, "Please be seated." He steps forward into his chair.
I
Looks at
don't sit down.
You don't have a seat, so
Could I do a check to see if this many guards is normal?
ooh,
Yeah, well,
what would that be?
I mean, if I may, DM.
Yeah.
Since she is native to the city,
Mm-hmm.
it is, I think, possible that she might know the most.
Well, she would know the most, but it depends. Have you ever been in the courtroom, Roshana?
No, it's not my part of the city.
Well, exactly. I'll tell you what.
I
give me
tried.
a perception check.
Alright, too. No.
Even
It's
with
not
that,
great.
you can tell, and just with your background as, trainee to be a guard, you do see the ones standing in the corners are definitely better dressed than these two standing behind Vayne.
Mm-hmm.
You get the sense that these two are here merely just to escort, but the ones in the courtroom aren't as well armored. But they seem to have very knowing eyes. It seems to be a case that these ones have more up their sleeve rather than what they're wielding, visibly. If that makes sense.
They're ninjas.
They seem to be there with expressive purpose, whereas these two are just to escort.
Alright, too.
The purposes of these, though, you're not too sure. The judge sits
Dodgy execution.
The judge sits down at his judge's bench. Thank you very much, Vayne.
Sorry.
And looks at over the pages. He goes, Mr. Durand, you've been brought here under Section 1, Part 3. Making of claimless accusation and intimidation without violence towards squad leader Maurice without due merit. How do you plead?
I look over at my counselor who hasn't given me any counsel. Not guilty?
Right. I've been informed that from squad leader Maurice that you stated, "I would hate for you to be demoted or for anything to ruin your reputation, let's say, because everything that we will discover will have to be handed over to the guild and then through them to the proper authorities. I would like to ask what authority permits you to make such threats against an official of the King's Guard?"
I would argue that it isn't a threat, it was just a statement of truth.
Right. Give me a persuasion check, please.
That's very good. These rolls are so bad. 20.
And how would you believe this to be the truth?
Well, the reason for me being involved with squad leader Maurice was due to a quest to obtain information and deal with a culprit to the situation that was happening in the Southern District. And from my view, gathering information does require looking at everyone with a, unfortunately, pessimistic eye. And I was just making her aware that if she was holding anything back, that would have to be made known.
Right.
It wasn't a way of intimidating her. It was merely trying to ensure that the channels were clear.
Well,
And
it
that
is written
we-
here that your tone indicated otherwise.
Well, I mean,
And indeed, another one of your...
He peers down at Kato and Roshana. Another one of your adventuring troupe had to alleviate the situation afterwards.
I accept that I maybe spoke hastily, and was not as polite as I should have been, but there was people's lives at stake. And that was my main goal. Unfortunately, hurt feelings are secondary to the lives of other guards. And from the discussion that I had with Maurice, she did ply us with more information, which assisted us in resolving the issues that they were having.
Did it? It says here that she gave you 2 status reports.
Yes, that contained names of the guards, the dates that they went missing, and their routes and sort of number things.
As far as I'm
Which
aware,
helped
this
us.
information was already given to you by another member of the guard that Maurice had charged with plying with information.
Yes, but there were two guard groups, and as well, it would the information that was initially given to us in the note by one of her subordinates was just specifically a timeline of when the individuals went missing, and it also didn't have their assignments, where they were supposed to patrol. It didn't have the longevity of their.
Surely you could have asked.
I did.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, she obviously didn't like the way that I asked, and I appreciate that. I was going to apologize
I meant,
just before.
did you speak to the guard charged with plying with information? About the information that you were looking for?
I wanted to get the information from the source, as not only myself, but
Mr. Durand, I put to you again, what authority permits you to make such threats against
as I
what
say,
leader Maurice?
I didn't believe it was a threat, but
Very well, then on what authority do you have at all?
Adventurers Guild.
If I might,
You see at this point, your counsel stands up, Mr. Warren. Evansworn, Basalt. I must say that though this may seem damning, I must stress that these folks are not adventurers. They are currently on their probationary period to become adventurers. I only mention this to show their ignorance, their lack of experience and awareness regarding their positions within the city, and indeed Kali as a whole. He looks between the judge and looks at you, Vayne. We are merely citizens with an undue sense of power. Evansworn Basalt, their crimes are indeed great on their own, but I must stress that this was done through ignorant good intentions. You see the judge kind of chews on his lip for a second, looks down at the pages, kind of flips one of them over. Well,
Very well. Mr. Durand, you're about to learn a very painful lesson here. You are an adventurer. At worst, you are a citizen glorified for volunteering when really you do profit from the peoples. And at best, you are no more than a low-grade mercenary or vigilante. You have no power. You have no authority. You are not above the law. You do not throw accusations around at officials who are held to account by third parties, who, hopefully, through this you learn, are not you. You do the work that is asked of you by your patron. He looks over at the council and turns back to you, in return for pay and nothing more. He looks out over the courtroom again. Have you anything to say, Inspector Prickett? Well, Mr. Durand was very helpful in aiding me with our investigation. I will put forward that this official, at least, sees little harm in what this man has done. Very well. I wish to address all three of you. The judge looks at you, Vayne, looks at you, Kato, and looks at you, Roshana. Given the privileges to work here from the Adventurers Guild, as it stands, 2 out of 3 of you are not citizens of Colburn. The permits that allow you to be here under the Adventurers Guild can be revoked by the King's Guard or the Adventurers Guild should you be seen to bring harm to the state or its people at any time. And though you may have some support from the Guild, it remains you are not above the law or indeed above the means of justice within the kingdom. It would do you all well to remember this moving forward. Is there anything else you wish to say, Mr. Durand?
No, Your Honor. Thank you for your time.
Your Honor, if I may, the council stands up again. The Guild asks that you relinquish the holding of this individual to the Guild. Place upon them whatever fan or edict you please. However, as the body responsible for inviting this individual to work within the state, we ask that you leave all of this person in our care for further punishment. We assure you that it will be fit and will be of benefit to not only them, but to the people of Clan Comrie. I think you would agree that it would be of better use to us than these individuals merely being held in holding. Right. So I have to roll something here. Very well. The charge of use of intimidation and baseless accusation stands. You are to be fined 25 gold pieces with edict to not to venture within 5 miles of the Southern Guardhouse. My apologies. Very confusing.
Right, I get confused by that too, yeah.
Yes, yes. And everyone nods their head in agreement around the courtroom. And you are to stay at least 200 feet away from squad leader Maurice at all times. This is to be reviewed in 6 months. I would say that if the fine could not be repaid, you will be imprisoned, but I will see to it that you, counsel, heads over to Mr. Warner, that you ensure that this is dealt with in proper time.
Would you take cash or?
Please speak to the guards at the very front. That is all. Clacks down the gavel. People begin to rise again. The judge heads back into a separate room. Cancel runs round to you, goes, Vayne, I can pay that money to the guards now, if you so wish, and
I have it, it's just in my effects, which is...
very well. You can give it back to me when you're good and ready.
Okay. That's very kind of you, thank you.
Very well. The guards walk forward and bring you, Vayne, back to the cells.
for a brief moment.
I'm a free man.
The council walks over to you, Kato, and Roshana. It's like, yeah, sure. If you want to join me, I'm gonna go pay his fine, and hopefully we'll get you folks out of here soon enough.
All right.
Very well.
Bit of a day.
You can say so.
He walks
If
forward.
only you knew the half of it.
Oh, we'll have time, I'm sure. I have to escort you back to the guild anyway, so. Brings out to the front. Vayne, we'll say for the sake of brevity, Vayne, you are brought back to the cell. Just for a brief moment while your effects are released from their confinements. In the little area to the south of the cells. You've got a few brief moments with Monty, if there's something else you'd like to say. How did it go?
I'm 25 gold fine, but I'm getting out. Slap on the wrist, and apparently more punishment to come from the guild, but a valuable lesson learned, I think.
Okay. Well, hopefully you can meet some of the others and again find Larima. I think she has the answers.
Very well.
If you do see Noro, actually, never mind. I'm sure he's busy.
You sure? Can I insight check?
Sure.
No, I can't, because I can't see him.
If you want to insight his tone, maybe.
Voice, yeah, I guess. Yeah, voice. Man, can I roll, like...
Look, you rolled a good persuasion when it mattered, okay, my dude?
Yeah, I suppose. The base just another double.
Double.
That's just... Yes, the second. Anyway.
Alrighty. Eventually the guards come back and release you from the cell. Take off your shackles that were on you momentarily while you were waiting. And
Starting
you
to get
are
used to
a free man.
Hype party time! Let's go piss off some guards.
Good
I
luck,
slap this
Vayne.
guy as I walk out.
Oh my god.
Could you imagine?
Oh my gosh.
Woo, I'm free! Oh, back in again.
Jesus.
Woohoo!
Oh
God.
boy. I mean, he would do that.
Prison
he would.
sentence.
Good luck.
Prison sentence. Speed run.
Speed run. Prison sentence.
Fucking 3 times in 2 days.
Good,
3 times in 3 days.
good luck, Vayne.
I'll be back for you.
Gives you a smile.
We'll get to... Wait, I don't know why I'm standing here. We'll fix this.
Yes. Yes. Hopefully soon.
I'll start gathering some information and we'll go from there.
Right.
I wink at him.
Maybe gather gold first.
I can do both at the same time. I
Sure.
was taught by a very competent person.
Right. And he kind of pops up his chest at that. Big smile. Big grin across his little chubby face.
I give him a wink and I'll say, try and stay, sane. And can I waft some perfume in this? Do I have my perfume in?
No, you don't. Not here.
Son of a bitch.
This happened to you last time you were in here as well.
I know. Every fucking time. Because it smells so bad, in it?
Mm.
Alright, I guess I'll wink at him and then meander. Won't slap this guy.
Mm.
Is the guy that's drunk still yapping away?
Yep.
I'll sort of shrug to the guard that's standing here and be like, don't know way of shutting him up.
Oh.
Well, hopefully you get off soon.
Yeah.
Okay. Gonna be friends with all of the guards now.
Hey, purple guy.
Wait, what?
Hey, purple guy.
I kind of go, very good. Have fun. Maybe sober up a bit. Lovely. I continue walking.
At the far end, the guard gives you all of your effects. Planstipper is there, and he's looking very wide-eyed as you pick him up.
Don't worry.
What
It'll
was
be
that
okay.
about?
I'll explain in the car. The carriage.
Mhm.
Don't know what a car is. Maybe a cart, but without the T.
Carriage
it
is
should-
carriage
it's
is
short-
for
short-
carriage.
Short for cart.
Oh yeah, I suppose that's true. I'll have to explain in the carriage,
Carriage.
and then I'll carriage, and then I assume I'm just free to.
Yep.
Go downstairs.
You begin walking down, and the guard shouts out to you.
Unless you feel like spending time in more cells, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Oh, sorry, but is there? I'm very forgetful. Which? There's a lot of doors and stuff.
The way you came in.
Oh, I assume this way. Bye bye.
Okay, I'm gonna yeet you over.
Don't
here.
you?
Come here.
You can't.
No.
No. Ah! I-
Bollocks.
I can't move it because it's like frozen.
Hmm.
I'm
Oh, sorry.
free.
There you go.
I'm a free man.
You see,
I
Mr.
slap
Warren
this
is
guard. I slap this guard.
Max. Max.
You just do a whole fucking lap.
Smack them multiple times.
Look, maybe when you're level 20, okay?
God tier.
See-
I'm not going to get to level 20 unless I'm going to be in prison for the next 7 years.
Hope you don't die until you reach that either. Mr.
Ooh,
Warren
well, that's true.
stands beside the guard, is kind of just leaning on the counter. As he turns to you, he goes, "Well, you must be happy to be a free man again."
Oh yes, it was a long hour and a half.
Well, you do smell worse.
Thank you.
I've
I
paid off your
Open my
fan here.
I open my thing and zhuzh it around a bit
Mhm.
to make it so I don't smell as badly like this.
Ooh. Even the guard is like, "That's quite nice. Yeah. What is it?"
Oh, it's just a little something I've made from home. It's just some herbs and stuff. It's quite pleasant.
Right.
Keeps the smell of stale urine away, I suppose.
I should probably see about investing in some of that myself.
Well, I can make you some if you like.
The guard goes to open his mouth, then he thinks better of it, and he goes, "No, thank you," and goes back to writing.
25 gold pieces for Vayne is done.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I will endeavour to pay you back when we turn in the quest.
Certainly.
I do have enough on me, but I don't know if I'm going to be arrested from here to the Adventurers Guild, so...
Well, I will be with you. I'll be escorting you now to the Adventurers Guild myself.
Very well. I'll still pay you when we get there.
Very well. Are your friends good to go?
I don't think they wanted to be in the first place. Kato, Roshana,
Yes.
I'm free! Again.
That was quite eventful.
Yes. Not how I expected when I woke up. I was in a good mood as well.
Well, there's still plenty of hours in the day.
Yes, that's what I'm worried about.
Maybe take the time, all of you. I mean this with every bit of respect. Go to maybe a house of heavenly bodies.
Oh, I've been there. It's very nice.
Yes, and thoroughly scrub yourselves.
And I'm sorry, I'm not from here. What is that?
It's one of the bathhouses here.
Oh, I see.
Me and Rook went there. Was where we met Pooh.
Where is that fellow?
Pardon?
Where is that fellow?
I believe he said he would meet us at the Adventurers Guild. But and something about yelling at the sky. But I'm sure he's fine.
Strange fellow.
Yes. Yes. Deeply.
Righto. He claps
Shut-
his hands together. Goes, I've got the carriage up front.
Oh, is there a way of getting in touch with the carriage of this bell?
You needn't worry about that, Mr. Durand.
Oh, good.
Guys,
Yeah.
step out. Outside of the gatehouse. And outside you see a familiar-looking carriage with a familiar-looking driver. You see Tamon is sat up, kind of just chewing on a... I never learned the word for it. I know there's a word for it. You know, piece of hay?
Tweed?
Piece of hay. You
You
chew.
Farmer's gum?
Farmer's gum. Okay.
Now, why do cowboys have... Yeah, the answer is farmer's gum. Chewing on a bundle of wheat head while spitting out the seeds.
Yeah, he turns his head towards you as you approach. Well, this wasn't exactly what I was expecting to meet you.
It's been a long day, and it's only
Yeah.
the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Appreciate you detouring.
oh, there's no need to thank me for that. Hop on in.
I'll hop in.
Same.
I will hop into.
And Mr. War. Yep.
I was just gonna see if plaster was like dry or anything.
No, he's fine. Dude, you're gonna
Okay.
overwater this bloody plant.
I mean I've never owned a catnip plant, so I don't know. I know that catnip is dry when given to cats, but then it's normally also torn up. So
Well, he seems pretty chill, and you get the sense that he'll let you know if something's wrong.
good thing.
So you hop into the carriage. The
I
carriage...
hop into the
Yep.
Yes.
carriage.
Everyone's in the carriage, including your council. The carriage turns around the gatehouse. You make a point to look out the back, Vayne. You notice that the wagons and the carts that were there previously are no longer there.
Son of a bitch that sold my stuff.
The carriage continues on, crossing another bridge. Sorry, pass through a set of gates, cross another bridge, through another set of gates again to enter into the arcane district.
I have a strange sense of deja vu. Although the company is better and worse. There's no Rook, but there's also no Luxon, so that's a benefit.
Is there anything you'd like to do in this time? It'll be a while before you get to the arcane district, so... Sorry,
Vayne
before you
is
get to the Adventurers
pondering.
Guild, my bad.
I think Roshana and Vayne would notice a look of unease on him.
Everything all right, Kato?
Have you ever had a dream you was so sure was real?
Nope. Not really. I mean,
No?
sometimes you get that falling dream where you kind of jolt yourself awake, but nothing like super interesting.
Hmm.
Why? Is that why you woke up all sweaty this morning?
The beds usually make me restless. Last night was different.
You could always sleep on the floor.
And I usually do. But I thought I'd give beds a try again. A lot of good that did me.
Were you feeling? I mean, you took a beating from that white. Are you feeling okay? Do we need to have someone take a look at you?
I don't think it was anything like that. I don't think, anyway.
You do see from his pallor, compared to yesterday when the Fabric had, taken a piece of vitality from Kato, he does look substantially better now.
Ah, that's good. Worrying about nothing. Well, I mean, maybe speak with that teas place. They do a lot of good teas that can help with sleep.
It's worth a look, yeah.
If not, I'm sure someone, maybe at the guild will know something. I'm sure they have people that are trained in all kinds of things. Apparently even law.
The temple should be able to help you.
I'll take a look into it. Maybe they can figure something out.
Worst comes to worst, you've always got beans.
Always what?
Beans.
You've always got beans. Beans to fall back on.
Beans. Yes, what would I ever do without beans?
Well, I mean, if you're struggling with sleep and it's a coffee shop, I believe beans is a pretty... will keep you awake. But apart from this little conversation, Vayne's deep in thought.
You seem like there's something on your mind yourself.
It's just an interesting day. Lots of information to process.
More ways than one.
Indeed.
Really? I didn't think that old Monty would have a body in the carriage.
Very well.
You turn and you see the visage of your counsel, Mr. Warren, begins to fall.
Son of a bitch!
Behind you
This
see
fucking guy!
golden blonde hair, long and low, clasped into a low ponytail. Large elven ears.
Wait, what?
Curving right past his head. Golden tan skin.
What's happening?
Before you see, dressed in his very elegant clothing, Lythandrios.
What?
Every fucking time!
Really,
can't
Vayne,
get
do I
away.
have
Wait.
to save you every time you get into trouble?
Wait, he was disguised?
Yep, as the council.
You seem to keep rather exotic company, Vayne.
I'm so confused. Why did you not just do what you did last time? Also,
How
you
could I?
knew about that?
I know plenty of things, Vayne. However, you seem to have caught the attention of a certain inspector.
I had a feeling you might know of him.
Hmm.
I didn't mention your name, don't worry.
What about this
Certainly
inspector?
hope so, Vayne. I certainly hope so. Oh, he's just a little thorn in my side every now and then.
I see.
Mm.
So, it wasn't particularly that Maurice had it out for you, more that this particular inspector was just looking for any excuse to.
Well, as everything's now coming out in the wash, I was made aware that it might not have been the exact reason. It was part of a reason, but not the exact reason.
Right. It did seem rather dubious to hold someone over
Yes.
a pseudo threat.
Yes, well, it still cost me 25 gold.
Yes, well, you
Which,
Yeah,
really pissed off
indeed.
Maurice, whatever you said.
oh, she just didn't like someone questioning her. Luxon, how did you know?
Lots of people have worked hard to teach me a lot of stuff, and I'm still learning more.
Luxon, your voice has changed.
That genuinely
What
scared me.
happened?
I was about to say
Well,
something and the
freaked the
voice
fuck out of
started.
me too. I was like, what the fuck's going on? It sounds like it's outside of my headphones.
Oh my gosh.
Game's taken on a life of its own.
Sorry, what were you asking?
I actually can't remember. Luxon, how did you know
I
about
have ears.
the carriage?
And you see he wiggles these big long fey ears.
How long are
Then-
they? Are they like Warcraft long?
Longer.
Not quite, but you know,
Okay.
you know quite a few elves. Yeah, this is definitely a lot longer than your typical high elf.
Hmm.
You'll have to teach me your ways. Regardless, if you heard
Well,
that, did you not hear the conversation between me and Monty?
I heard
Yeah.
bits. To be honest, this is your problem as far as I'm concerned, Vayne.
Hmm.
Also,
Seems to be.
me teaching you my ways. I can't say that I find giving someone such as yourself power when you believe that you have it already.
Hmm. To talk, I suppose.
He turns his head out for a moment, looks out the carriage window as you're trundling along. No longer are you amongst the fields of golden wheat and grain. You are Now back into the Arcane District. Various different types of houses and buildings. In the far distance, you can see the Arcane Academy. Numerous towers pointing upwards into the sky. You each feel a palpable drop in temperature. Almost instinctually, your bodies begin to shiver and your teeth chatter behind your lips as you look at DeRoy. Your breathing becomes little puffs of condensation against this unnaturally chilly cold air. You know, what the judge said in there was absolutely correct.
Oh, yeah?
DeRoy's
About what?
eyes dart around and pierce each of yours as icily he says, "Let me be perfectly clear. As far as the guild is concerned, with you being on probation, you are nobodies. Actually, that's not true either. Your friend, who's no longer here, is as weak as needing fodder around him to stay upright. You are a brat deemed too volatile to be useful to the Venators. A woman who, despite her physical prowess and insight, could not even make it past the guard entrance exams. And a man. He turns to look at you, Vayne. A man who was supposed to be courteous and suave, and actually has the intelligence, manners, and subtlety of a brick to the face. If you want to receive proper backing from the guild, and form any kind of reputation here in Clan Conmery, Colburn, and Carly, beyond, I start wising up very quickly." He holds each of your gazes for a second before the temperature begins to rise again, and the icy feeling across your pants, across your shirts, begins to dissipate. He looks out the window. Tense few hours pass as you're trundling along in the carriage.
He's a dementor. Just realised.
Until eventually, after passing through numerous different bridges and gates, you arrive back in the Adventurers District and pull into the familiar gates, of the Adventurers Guild. As the carriage door opens once again, DeRoy disembarks. He turns to you and he says, "I'll expect each of you here again tomorrow at clerk's desk. Enjoy your evening." And he walks off.
I hope he trips and falls on his face.
How you
I was staring daggers the whole time, by the way.
Yeah, same. Murderous intent.
Telling me I'm like as
Just
fucking-
like the seeds.
I'm staying quiet because you wouldn't like a single word that would come out of my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
He says that I'm like a brick to the face, but this guy. Vayne is, still very like solemn, kind of deep in thought. I pick up plaster and decarriage.
Put you back on the map. Find the map, find the map.
Beans.
Beans.
I don't trust him, by the way.
Yeah, probably for the best.
Mm-hmm.
No offense,
Um,
Roshana, but I don't trust most people I meet.
I mean, that's fair.
Vayne just kind
Usually someone
Okay.
usually someone who puts on the airs, as they say, usually have the most to hide.
Exactly.
No offense, Vayne.
What do you mean?
Well, you are quite eloquently presenting individual.
Apparently not. Vayne will absent-mindedly kind of plod over to Clerk.
Hello, sir.
Hello. How do we go about getting a room here?
Oh, if you head over to the housing quarters and speak with one of the officials there, they will set you up with a room.
Thank you, Clerk.
Oh, Vayne, do you have your completed quest slip?
I think Kato has the slip still. Kato. Clerk's asking for the quest slips.
Yeah, here.
Alrighty, thank you. So that is 200 gold pieces for the urgent assistance needed quest, and 50 gold pieces for vermin eradication.
So,
You're giving
split
us
4
250
ways.
gold.
Yep.
Is he giving us 250 gold?
Yep.
Yeah.
Slides it over to you in 2 separate bundles. Pouches, sorry.
Interesting. Now, I don't want to have less money, but out of game. Is he supposed to pay us for the cats?
Mhm.
So why did the old people pay us?
I don't know.
Oh, now I just feel even worse. Okay.
Oof.
That's fine. I'll let people split it. I'm gonna meander over to the housing quarter.
Mhm.
Just like holding plants to fur and kind of trudging.
Yep, you head on over.
Over to the housing quarter.
Inside you see it's a very narrow little set of steps upwards. And inside you see, just tucked in to the left, a woman is sat there, black hair tied up into a high ponytail. She's currently just reading. Oh, hello, are you looking to stay here?
Yes, I'm on an adventure on probation. I was just wondering, Clark said we can come over here to get warm or housing.
Sure. Are you just looking for a night, a couple of nights? There's also a couple of deals that we do where you can hire out a room for a week, month. You can also have permanent rooms here as well. Sorry, this is probably a bit much to tell you as a adventure on probation, but yeah, there's plenty of options. What would you like?
Probation's how long?
7 days.
11 days.
7 days. How much is the week?
Week, I believe, and she starts flicking through her notes. This is purely donation, but usually for a week
Sorry about this now. It's
5,075 gold.
5 silver pieces for the week.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I'll fucking slap 5 silver then.
Is it
Yes,
just
yes.
Wait,
yourself?
how much for the week?
5 silver is the usual donation.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I'd like,
is it by
if
yourself,
possible,
or do you have friends with you?
I have a group of, there's a group of us, but I don't know if we all have to have the same room or how it works.
Well, you can if you wish. Single rooms we do charge for those, but we do have group rooms with bunk beds and storage.
I'll ask them. Have they caught up?
Yeah, right here.
Hello. Do we want a group room or single rooms? Apparently the
It's
group
all the
room comes
same.
with storage and such. I assume
I
you'll
don't
sleep
really
on the
mind.
floor.
It's
Very
all the
well.
same to me.
Is there a group room that we could get with a window that has like a starlight view?
Might be asking a bit much for that.
A window.
A window, yes, certainly we could do that.
That'll do. One of our party is interested in the stars, so hopefully you can see them.
Well, you get a perfect sight of them from the nature sanctuary. Well, indeed, the library
Oh.
sometimes. Well, maybe not recently, but they used to have a little observatory at the very top of the tower. So that
we
is
know where Rook
5
is.
silver for the group for the week.
Yes.
Lovely.
I will minus 5 silver.
And you are handed a key.
I
Would
hold
you
the
each like
key.
one, or
A key or a room?
a key?
Yes, I
Probably,
think
yeah.
that could be.
Yeah.
Right, I'll do that for you. I'll hold on to it until your friend arrives, if that's all right.
Oh,
Just,
yes, yes. that's
we have
good.
a habit of, well, patrons have a habit of losing our keys on us. It's a bit of a pain, but
No, that's fine. There's a little red hot hobgoblin named Rook,
alrighty.
but I assume he'll be with us.
Sure, right this way. And she brings you down a long a long corridor. You see numerous rooms off to the side, and she brings you to yours. Opens up. And door swings open. You see a very modest but comfortable room. There are 2 sets of bunk beds, and you each have a footlocker each. She says, there's also a little dining area at the far end. Usually that's just a little common area for people to eat, if they so wish.
Wonderful. Yes, this should do nicely. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And you see a window at the far end with little curtains that you can close and open whenever you wish.
Sweet. Love windows with curtains.
Yeah. Righty, I think that's where we're gonna leave tonight's session, guys. If that's all right with you.
All right.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's fine.
No, 5 more hours.
I wish.
Why wish we can?
Alrighty.
Right, what time do people have to be up?